Today is also Portland Park Day and Raptors Day. Well, they have a pet house on the sponsorship of this game. Now, fans, here are your starting lineups for today's game. First, for the man wings. Batting first, wearing number 23, the shortstop, Paul Myro. Batting second, wearing number 1, the second baseman, Parker Price. Batting third, wearing number 24, the designated hitter, Justin Bowles. Batting fourth, wearing number 45, the first baseman, Eli Payton. Batting fifth, wearing number 20, the center fielder, Seth Ryder. Batting sixth, wearing number 19, the third baseman, Chris Connor. Batting seventh, wearing number 37, the catcher, Quinton Ayers. Batting eighth, wearing number 2, the right fielder, Matt Clark. Batting ninth, wearing number 15, the left fielder, Jack Sheward. The starting pitcher for the Sweets is number 5, Nick Irwin. And pitcher for the Sweets is Larry Price.
Yeah, it's more expensive here than it just won't settle down yet. Right. Minneapolis is it, but they're experiencing a bubble right now too. It's not like this. It's not as big as this one.
I just sold my rental today. It was my first house, and I had it since. Sold it, and we want to sell our house and just rent it.
And now it's starting lineup for the Ridgefield Raptors.
I want to move out here. I like it out here. It's quiet.
Batting first, wearing number 7, the first baseman from Cal State Fullerton, Kaden Potter. Batting second, wearing number 1, the right fielder from Oregon State University, Wade Meckler. Batting third, wearing number 6, the shortstop from Pepperdine, John Papp. Batting fourth, wearing number 24, the designated hitter, now playing out of Dixie State University, Will Chambers. Batting fifth, number 41, your pitcher today, playing out of the Pacific, Isaac Lovings. Batting sixth, wearing number 18, the third baseman from the University of Texas at San Antonio, Cody Darcy. Batting seventh, wearing number 39, the left fielder from Oregon State University, Brady Casper. Batting eighth, wearing number 36, the second baseman from Loyola, Maryland, Patrick Starr. Batting ninth, wearing number 3, the center fielder, also from Oregon State University, Micah McDowell. sponsorship of today's Bark in the Park, we'd like to welcome the CEO of Wellhaven Pet Health, Jenny Jones, along with her Vizsla, Mickey, to throw out our first pitch. Mickey wants to chase that ball. It's not even out of your hand yet. All right. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Mickey. And thank you all from Wellhaven Pet Health for your sponsorship of today's game.
Check 1, 2, check.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special treat today. At this time, would you all please rise, remove your hats, and direct your attention to the flag outside the left field fence as our own Raptor, Brock Gillis, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Brock. Let's give him a big hand.
I'm avoiding the animals. All of them.
Your winning pitcher from last night's game. Who knew he could sing?
This is Ridgefield Raptors baseball. The pregame show starts right now.
Hello once again for one more time in this series from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. It is the Ridgefield Raptors going for a sweep today as the Walla Sweeps come back into the Rourke for one more game in this weekend series. Hello again. I'm Josh Warden. Happy to have you with us along the way for more Ridgefield Raptors baseball. Welcome also to the month of August as Ridgefield comes down the home stretch of the 2021 season, going for its first playoff berth in franchise history and in position to do so. 10 games remain on the season. A 105 start here today between the Ridgefield Raptors and the Walla Sweets. Ridgefield getting the win yesterday, a 5-1 final score to win the series. And so Ridgefield now going for a series sweep in this ball game over the Walla Walla Sweets after a 17-2 victory on Friday, and then the 5-1 victory last night. And Brock Gillis, the starting pitcher, the winning pitcher yesterday, and the national anthem singer this afternoon, and did a great job. It'll be his former college teammate Nate Wheeldryer taking the mound today for the Ridgefield Raptors. Let's get you the starting lineups as announced by Chris Cota. Leading off for Ridgefield out of Cal State Fullerton, the first baseman Caden Connor. Batting second and playing right field out of Oregon State University is Wade Meckler. Batting third, the shortstop from Pepperdine is John Peck. Batting fourth, cleanup designated hitter out of Dixie State University is Will Chambers. Batting fifth for the Raptors, the catcher from Pacific is Isaac Lovings. Batting sixth, the third baseman from UT San Antonio is Cody Darcy. And batting seventh, the left fielder from Oregon State, Brady Casper. Batting eighth for the Raptors, the second baseman from Loyola Marymount. Incoming freshman for the Lions is Patrick Stark. And batting ninth, the center fielder from Oregon State is Micah McDowell. It'll be Nate Wheeldryer on the mound for Walla Walla. The starting pitcher this afternoon for the Sweets will be Nick Irwin out of Northwest Nazarene. Ridgefield takes the field first after winning the last two games. So they snapped a 4-game losing streak, and the Raptors now on a 2-game winning streak. And winning the last two at home, be much better for the Ridgefield Raptors, who have played really well at home. That road trip is what got the Raptors in trouble a little bit. They won the first two games and then ended up losing 4 in a row. But at home, it's been much better, including that home series against Port Angeles where they swept the lefties, the most recent home series for Ridgefield. And so really, this is only the third home series of the second half. And Ridgefield is yet to lose at home in the second half. This is just the second time. And so going for a sweep here, trying to improve to 6-0 at home. Have not lost at home since that Corvallis game to close out the first half back on July 4th. So it's been almost a month since the Ridgefield Raptors have lost here at home in a league game. They did lose a non-league game earlier this week after a walk-off win in a non-league game. But here trying to improve to 6-0, 6-game winning streak at home and a 3-game win streak overall. Meanwhile, Walla Walla is in a 7-game losing streak. They've yet to win a game on this road trip. They're 0-5. In their week-long road trip, they got swept by Corvallis in a trio of close games, including 2 straight walk-off losses. And then they start out this series with a blowout loss to open it, and then a closer loss last night. They're now trying to salvage one win on the road trip. Walla Walla is at 14-27, their win-loss record on the year. 13 games under 500. And Ridgefield is up to 22-16 on the year. That does tie Ridgefield at second place with the Portland Pickles, who did win in dramatic fashion yesterday to stay tied with Ridgefield, which had already won last night. We were all watching the Portland Pickles game last night and saw them come back to win. And so there's still a tie at second place at 22-16. Ridgefield does have the tiebreaker, and so with 10 games to go, Ridgefield just needs to win as many games as the Portland Pickles. Nate Wheeldryer on the mound. Paul Myro steps in. We're ready to get underway. The first pitch is inside at 1:07 p.m. on this Sunday afternoon ball game here at the Rourke. It is Dog Day, Bark in the Park Day, presented by Wellhaven Pet Health. So see a number of dogs around the concourse today. And the one time you can bring your dog to the ballpark, and it's here today on this Sunday afternoon game against Walla Walla. Another ball inside from Nate Wheeldryer. It's 2-0 to Paul Myro, the shortstop out of Oregon State University. The leadoff man here for the Walla Walla Sweets. And the 2-0 pitch from Wheeldryer is again attacking the inside portion and again missing. And it's a 3-0 count from Nate Wheeldryer. He has an ERA of 3.85 on the year, a 1-1 record. He's getting his 6th start of the year. Has not had a decision his last 3 appearances. The 3-0 pitch is on the outside edge for strike 1. And this is his first start since committing to his new program. He pitched most recently for the University of Washington. He's been in the transfer portal this whole summer season, and just yesterday announced his commitment to Gonzaga. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and it's blooped into right field. It'll get down for a base hit, and Paul Myro leads off with a single to open up this ball game, and just sinks it into right field in front of Wade Meckler for a single. It'll bring up Parker Price. Up next, the starting second baseman today for Walla Walla under Larry Price, their head coach in his first year, and the father of Parker Price, who's stepping in out of Northwest Nazarene in Nampa, Idaho. He comes from Boise, Idaho originally. 5'10", 175, the right-hand hitter With a runner on first and nobody out from Nate Wheeldryer from the stretch and taking all the way. Parker Price watches strike one from Nate Wheeldryer. Hit high 80s, low 90s on the fastball. He's got a sinker as well. And Wheeldryer will throw a changeup in there from time to time. Slider change, one seam sinker he added right at the beginning of the summer. The 0-1 pitch is down and away for ball one, 1-1. And nobody out. Runner on first here for Nate Wheeldryer. Has gone 23 innings so far. Doesn't strike a lot of guys out. 14 strikeouts, 15 walks. And so it's not that ratio that gets him over. He just doesn't allow a lot of hits is the thing. Pitches to contact, but gets outs. 1-1 offering is a called strike. It's 1-2 to Parker Price. Starting out the top of the first inning, runner on first, nobody out for the Walla Walla Sweets as they try to win one game in the series, trying to avoid a sweep. They've only suffered 2 sweeps this whole summer, although they have gone 1-2 in the vast majority of series. They've only won one of their last 11 series on the summer. The 1-2 pitch is down in the dirt and blocked by Isaac Lovings. 2-2 is the count. Isaac's the catcher tonight. The infield from left to right is Cody Darcy, John Peck, Patrick Stark, and Caden Connor handling duties at first base. The outfield from left to right is Brady Casper, Micah McDowell, and Wade Meckler. An Oregon State outfield with all 3 players coming from OSU. 2-2 pitch is swung on and hit to right field. Wade Meckler going towards the gap, drifting back and makes the play for out number 1. 2 straight balls hit to right field. Wade Meckler plays the first one on a hop, gets the second one in the air, and there's one out here in the top of the first inning. Paul Myro returns to first. He is also out of Oregon State, and so a lot of Beavers on the field here. Justin Foles is up next. Not a Beaver, he's part of the Red Storm of St. John's University, originally from Monroe, Washington. He's the designated hitter today, batting third in the lineup with a .223 batting average on the summer for the Walla Walla Sweets. 1 out, 1 on. Nate Wheeldryer throws a fastball that is a ball down and away, as called by Jim Courtney, our home plate umpire this afternoon. In the field is Tim Heigl. 1-0 the count from Nate Wheeldryer. He's coming off a start up in Port Angeles. Went 3 1/3 innings. Did only allow just 1 hit, but struggled with walks. Gave up a summer high of 5 base on balls. Just allowed 1 run, however. A pop-up on the next pitch that'll get out of play. And it's a 1-1 count with 1 out. And a runner on first in the top of the first inning for the Walla Walla Sweets. Facing Nate Wheeldryer out of Auburn, Washington. 6'1", 197. Transferring to Gonzaga, where he'll go to Spokane for this upcoming spring and become teammates with Ben Larson and Carson Walters, both of whom pitchers for the Ridgefield Raptors. As a 1-1 count and an off speed that swung on and missed, and a late steal. The throw is not in time on a delayed attempt by Paul Myro. He gets in for the stolen base. A swinging strike puts the count at 1-2, but Myro gets the steal, so he's in a scoring position for Walla Walla, which did lead yesterday. They had a solo home run to go up 1-0 and ended up seeing Ridgefield score 5 runs between the 6th and 7th innings, and that was the final score, 5-1, as Ridgefield won the series and going for the sweep today. As a 1-2 count from Nate Wheeldryer from the stretch with 1 out and a blooper to the left field side and towards the flagpole, out of play here at the Rourke for not the final game in this homestand. We've got a whole nother series, basically 3 series in a row, all at home, although the Corvallis Knights series is split, where Ridgefield had 1 game at home in the first series against the Knights, so now they'll go down for 1 game against the Knights. So technically just 6 home games in a row, then 1 road game, then 2 more home games. And so 8 of the 9 games in a row are all at home, save for just the 1 down in Corvallis on Friday, this upcoming Friday. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Wheeldryer. Off speed, hit directly back at us in the press box here behind home plate. And it keeps the count at 1-2 with 1 out and a runner on second. First inning here between the Sweets and the Raptors, no score. I'm Josh Warden, happy that you are tuning in from wherever you're at and watching Ridgefield go for the sweep and try to stay in position for a playoff berth. Portland winning yesterday 7-4. We're down in the bottom of the 8th inning, but a 3-run home run for Ryan Gardino helped the Portland Pickles stage the comeback, and a couple wild pitches gave them some insurance runs, and they beat the Bend Elks to even up that series. And so there's a tie between the Pickles and the Raptors. Swing and a miss on Justin Foles' attempt, and Nate Wheeldryer strikes out his first man of the ball game. 2 outs here in the first inning. And a runner remaining on second. Eli Payton is the next batter, the first baseman with a .256 average a redshirt freshman from UCLA. And he'll try to get the RBI here in the first inning, put Walla Walla up. And their one run yesterday and a home run in the fourth inning, which made it a 1-0 ball game. And they held that lead until the sixth. Ball in the dirt, and the runner holds at second, Paul Myro, who led off this game with a single. And he's seen his succeeding teammates fly out and strike out. He did steal second along the way. So 2 outs, runner on second. Top of the first inning with neither team scoring yet. Ridgefield will come to the plate in the bottom of the first inning, bringing up Caden Connor, Wade Meckler, and John Peck to face Nick Irwin, Walla Walla's starting pitcher. The 1-0 pitch here in the top of the first inning is a low ball 2 from Nate Wheeldryer, 1 out away from throwing a scoreless first inning. And that start against Port Angeles did not get a decision in that game up in PA. And now back at home here at the Rourke for his first start since committing yesterday to Gonzaga. 2-0 is the count from Nate Wheeldryer. Looking back at Paul Myro, now to the plate and tosses a strike. And it's a 2-1 count. So we go to the West Coast Conference in a league that's rife with competitive teams, Portland Pilots as well. And so Brock Gillis, who was the starting pitcher yesterday, also was at University of Washington last year. So Wheeldryer and Gillis, both at UW, they both transfer to teams in the West Coast Conference. Wheeldryer to Gonzaga, Brock Gillis to Portland. A slider outside. It's a 3-1 count from Wheeldryer to Eli Payton, who's out of UCLA. He redshirted this year at UCLA, so never did see Wheeldryer, who was also pitching in the Pac-12 for UW. So he'll go to Gonzaga and join the West Coast Conference, same league as Loyola Marymount. So his second baseman, Patrick Stark, headed to LMU this upcoming year to also join the WCC. 3-1 pitch is below the knees for ball 4. And Wheeldryer has followed up his strikeout with a walk, and now it's Seth Ryberg, the fifth batter of this top of the first inning, who will come to the plate at Point Loma Nazarene. Originally from Seattle, Washington. He's the center fielder today. He's got runners in first and second, trying to be the first player to get an RBI in this ball game. Seth Ryberg with a .221 batting average and 3 home runs. Has 2 outs and 2 teammates aboard in the top of the first inning. Wheeldryer from the stretch, kicks and deals a fastball on the outside edge for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Outfield playing straight up, a bit deep in right field. Infield playing mostly normal, with the shortstop John Peck shifted a bit towards second base. 0-1's the count, with 2 down from Nate Wheeldryer to Seth Ryberg, who went 2 for 3 on Friday with a double. Did not play yesterday. Here's the next pitch. It's fouled back. It's an 0-2 count on Seth Ryberg, the 5th hitter in this lineup for the Walla Walla Sweets, who are on a slide. They're down to 13 games below 500 on a 7-game losing streak. And as tough as Ridgefield's road trip was this past week, when the Raptors lost 4 in a row to end up 2-4 on the road trip, the Walla Walla Sweets have been an even more tough contention. They're 0-5 so far on the roadie. 0-2 is the count to Seth Ryberg, high for ball 1. And it's a 1-2 count from Nate Wheeldryer. 2 outs, runners on first and second for the Sweets. No score in this contest. As Wheeldryer tries to keep fighting through the first inning here against the Walla Walla Sweets. 1-2 the count, top of the first inning. On deck is Chris Conniff. Wheeldryer from the stretch with runners in first and second and 2 down. Looking back at the runner at second, throws and a pop-up in the infield. Wheeldryer pointing at it. Now he might take it himself. No, it's the catcher, Lovings, and he's unable to grab it. And it lands in foul territory. Kind of tailing a little bit, and hard to locate that ball on a pop-up that landed just off the batter's box in foul territory. And it'll stay a 1-2 count for Seth Ryberg. And right up the chute, and it's tough in those ones. You know, it's easier for an infielder running in if they can get under it than the catcher looking up for it, and Lovings unable to get under it. And it falls in foul territory, and the inning is not over yet. So runners remain on first and second, a 1-2 count, top of the first inning. Nate Wheeldryer, who only allows a batting average of 150 against. Trying to close the first inning. 1-2 pitch, low for ball 2. He has allowed 1 hit in this inning, a single to start it out by Paul Myro. and a walk after that, but he does have 2 outs in the inning. Outfield playing fairly deep here. The wind is mostly non-existent at the moment. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Seth Ryberg battling here. Got a little help with a foul ball that was not caught. Really make the most of it. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It is low. Ball 3, just barely, from Nate Wheeldryer. And the at-bat keeps on going here. It's a full count with 2 outs, top of the first inning. Walla stayed into it until the end yesterday, although the 7th inning put some distance between the Raptors and the Sweets. 3 runs in that frame, and Ridgefield pulled away for the 5-1 win. No score in this contest yet. And here's the payoff pitch with the runners going, and it's inside for ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Seth Ryberg draws the second walk in a row from Nate Wheeldryer. Eli Payton, after walking, is now to second base. Ryberg to first, and that pushes Paul Myro into third. Chris Conniff is the batter with the bases loaded. No score in this contest, top of the first inning. Conniff, who's 0 for 7 on the series. He's hitting just above the Mendoza line at .211 on the year. 1 home run. He plays for St. John's University. The third baseman from Norco, California. As the base is juiced here with 2 down. Wheeldryer on the mound trying to get out of a jam. First pitch, the sinker at ball 1 stays high. And it's a 1-0 count from Nate Wheeldryer, with the outfield continuing to play mostly straight up. Wade Meckler out in right field playing a bit deep. The 2 balls put in play have both been to right field. This one also to the right side. Ground ball to the first baseline, but foul. Fielded by Caden Connor, the first baseman, behind the bag in foul territory. And it's a 1-1 count to Chris Conniff. A single and 2 walks on the inning. Nate Wheeldryer, who came in with 14 strikeouts, 15 walks allowed, doesn't normally struggle too much with walks, although he did give up 5 in that start against Port Angeles, his most recent appearance last week. He's given up 2 walks this inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch, the sinker, that stays high for ball 2. A 2-1 count with 2 outs and the bases loaded for the Walla Walla Sweets. They have not scored in a first inning this series. And this is the finale, a day off tomorrow for Ridgefield. And then another home series, it's the Cowlitz Black Bears. Here's the 2-1 pitch, a liner towards short. It lands in front of John Peck. He bobbles it, and everybody's safe. A run scores. John Peck running towards the hole, even if he had fielded cleanly. I'm not sure if he could have gotten the throw to third to get the force out, and the throw over to first would have been perhaps even tougher. And so that does score a run. It is ruled an error on John Peck. E6 on the play, and so no earned runs will be scored off of Nate Wheeldryer in this inning, as that would have been the 3rd out had the force out been made. Tough play for John Peck. Almost could have been ruled a hit, but it's ruled E6. And now a run scores for the Walla Walla Sweets. Bases remain loaded. Next batter is Quentin Ayers, and the third baseman takes a strike. Or excuse me, the catcher takes a strike. And the next pitch is popped up and out of play here. Makes the count 0-2 here with 2 outs, and the bases are loaded. For the Walla Walla Sweets, still scoring 1 run in the top of the first inning. They had a runner on first 2 outs, but then a couple of walks and an error end up scoring a run. It's the Sweets 1 and the Raptors yet to come to the plate. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Nate Wheeldryer. It's blooped into left center field. This one will land for a hit. This will score 2 as the runner from second comes around. It's a 2 RBI single for Quentin Ayers. And the Walla Walla Sweets have taken a 3-0 lead in the top of the first inning. 2 RBI base hit for Quentin Ayers. And that pushes Chris Conniff to second. Seth Ryberg scores. Eli Payton scores. And it's 3-0 Walla Walla. Matt Clark is next up, the 8th batter in this lineup to come to the plate. Runners in first and second now for the Walla Walla Sweets. The 3-0 lead. First pitch is on the outside corner to Matt Clark, the incoming freshman at University of Arizona. Already up to 37 pitches now for Nate Wheeldryer here in the top of the first inning. Clark, who has 9 RBIs on the year, 3 home runs, and a .217 batting average. Actually, Matthew Clark at the plate. originally from Upland, California. 6'2", 205. As runners in first and second with 2 down. Nate Wheeldryer from the stretch. And the 0-2 pitch is hit off the hands and foul, and it's an 0-2 count on Matt Clark. Started with a single for Paul Myro, and it looked like Wheeldryer was going to strand him there. Got a fly out and a strikeout, but then a walk to put runners in first and second, then a walk, an error, and a single. And all of a sudden, Walla has taken its biggest lead of the series. They've also finally scored some runs, not off of home runs. This is the first time in the last 4 games they've scored a run not via a long ball. The 0-2 pitch is fouled back, and it remains an 0-2 count. They had 1 solo home run yesterday, their only run. They had a 2-run home run Friday, their only run. They had 4 home runs Thursday against the Corvallis Knights, got up 5-0, ended up losing in a walk-off 6-5. So 3 straight games where they'd scored all their runs via home runs, and here in the top of the first, they score 3 runs, none of them on home runs. An 0-2 count from Nate Wheeldryer from the stretch, and the fastball swung on and missed. He strikes out his second man in the inning, and he does get out with stranding runners on first and second. It was a difficult inning, however, for the Raptors, as the Walla Sweets used their 2 hits plus an error, and they score 3 runs along the way. We're on to the bottom of the first inning here in Ridgefield. It's the Walla Sweets 3, and the Ridgefield Raptors coming up after this break.
A lot has changed in Clark County since C-Train began service in 1981. We've changed with it. 30 bus routes, 2 bus rapid transit projects, and millions of rides later, C-Train has grown into an award-winning transit system serving Clark County, including the city limits of Ridgefield. Please join C-Train in celebrating an amazing 40 years serving you, our community, with activities happening in 2021. Look for details at c-tran.com, and thank you for 40 great years.
Ridgefield Main Street thanks you for supporting the Raptors and downtown, the heart of Ridgefield. Spend the moolah you win at the game at downtown shops and restaurants. Upcoming events include Main Street Day, C-Train Shuttle Downtown Tailgate, and the Friday Night Flicks Outdoor Film Series. We are a non-profit organization dedicated to preserving the cultural heritage of downtown Ridgefield while advocating for its future. More information at ridgefieldmainstreet.com and find us on Facebook at Ridgefield Main Street. We'll see you downtown. And go Raptors!
A lengthy top of the first inning for the Walla Sweets. It lasted almost 20 minutes just to get through a half of the inning for the Ridgefield Raptors, and ended up letting in 3 runs along the way, 3 unearned runs on Nate Wheeldryer. And now we head to the bottom of the first inning with Ridgefield trying to play catch up and make up the difference early. And that's the one good thing about giving up runs early. You got all 9 innings to do the job. It's a 3-0 margin. Ridgefield, which has beaten Walla both times this series. Game number 3 here this afternoon, as the Raptors try to keep on improving the record up to 22-16 on the summer. And any loss could put them out of playoff contention. Any win would keep them in playoffs. 10 games to go. They're even with the Portland Pickles. As long as they stay even, they'll be fine. They got the tiebreaker and just need to match the Portland Pickles over the next 10 games, and they should get in. With Nick Irwin on the mound, it's Caden Connor to the plate to lead off the bottom of the first inning, and the pitch is on the inside corner for strike 1. 84 miles an hour from Irwin. He'll top out around 85, 86 on the fastball, so it's not velocity that gets him by, but does have a couple breaking balls, a changeup. He has an 0-1 count, and Caden Connor lifts one into deep right field. This one's going to carry all the way to the wall, and it is going to get out of here for a second straight home run. Caden Connor, who got his first dinger of the year yesterday, he launches one on his first at-bat today. Caden Connor is the new home run slugger on the Ridgefield Raptors. 2 dingers in less than 24 hours. And the Raptors waste no time to start chipping away at the lead. It's 3-1, Walla on top, as Caden Connor pounds one to right center. The wind was not helping all that much. It's not really blowing out to right field. He just got a hold of it and blasted it to right center. Yesterday, he went 2 for 4, a home run and a triple And Caden Connor, the leadoff man, leads off with a home run. It is the first time all year that the leadoff man in the first inning hit a home run for Ridgefield. And Caden Connor gets his second dinger of the year, second dinger in as many days. Wade Meckler now the batter. First pitch is a strike from Nick Irwin. Now a ground ball to the right side, softly hit. Coming in is the second baseman. An underhand in time from Parker Price. And had a bang play. Wade Meckler looked like he had either beaten it out or very closely to it. And according to Tim Heigl, it is an out at first base. Meckler down. And one away in the bottom of the first inning. 3-1 the score. Walla Walla ahead. John Peck is next up, who is responsible for 2 of the home runs in the series. Ridgefield with 5 on the series, 4 on Friday, which was a team record. And then Caden Connor had his home run yesterday, his first of the year. And John Peck, who had 2 home runs and a triple. So both games there's been a Ridgefield player with a home run and a triple in the same game. A strike on the outside corner to John Peck at Moore Park, California. Plays for Pepperdine University, leading the team with 55 hits on the year. As the base is empty and 1 out, bottom of the first inning. Peck takes away for ball 1, 1-1's a count with 1 away. John Peck, a right-hand hitting middle infielder against the right-handed thrower of Nick Irwin out of Kennewick, Washington. The righty from the windup gets a fastball past the barrel, under the barrel of John Peck. It's a 1-2 count. Nick Irwin from Northwest Nazarene University, a 6 foot 150 right-hander, 1-3 on the summer for the Walla Walla Sweets. Goes into the wind, and the 1-2 pitch is down in the dirt for ball 2. On a breaking ball, 74 miles an hour. Has an ERA of 5.95, making his 11th appearance on the year, his 3rd start in a Sweets uniform. 2-2 pitch is outside for ball 3 and a full count now to John Peck. John, who had the 2 home runs and a triple, a team record 6 RBIs in 1 game. Then yesterday he went 1 for 4 with a single. Here's the 3-2 pitch. It's grounded towards short. A roller that's fielded by Myro. He'll sling it to first. It takes the first baseman off the bag, but he tags John Peck. And the out is applied on the tag. And so that is the second out here in the first inning. Will Chambers is next up with 1 run already in on the frame on Caden Connor's leadoff home run. Still a 3-1 ball game, Walla Walla on top. And Will Chambers up next, who's leading the team with 7 home runs. But he's got Caden Connor breathing down his neck now. Caden with 2 home runs yesterday and today, 1 each. And Will, who does not yet have a home run in the series, we'll see what he can do here. He does have 2 extra base hits, had a double on Friday, a double yesterday. He takes a strike to open up the at-bat. Walla Walla 3, Ridgefield 1. Bottom of the first inning. Chambers has a pitch high and inside. 1-1 the count on the fastest pitch Irwin has thrown today. Maybe the fastest he's thrown all year. 89 miles an hour. His average on the fastball is 85. 1-1 offering is down and away for ball 2. 2-1 the count to the switch hitter Will Chambers. Just committed to Dixie State about a week and a half ago. Out of college at the Canyons. The 2-1 pitch to Will is down for ball 3. 3-1, 2 outs. A 2-run deficit for Ridgefield here in the first inning. Chris Cota, the head coach for College of the Canyons, will see his young slugger head off into the sunset up to St. George, Utah. Chris Cota in the third base coaching box here for the Raptors. A ground ball on the first base side and fielded past Nick Allen, the first base coach. Both those 2 guys, Cota and Allen, were the coaches back in 2019. And remain on the coaching staff here in 2021 alongside Daniel Barato, the pitching coach. So Cota getting to coach Will Chambers both at COC and here for 1 more summer. His last time coaching Will Chambers here at the Raptors. Here's the payoff. It is outside for ball 4. And Will Chambers restarts the activity on the base paths. Really the first time that a Ridgefield Raptor has stayed on a base. Caden Connor's the one other player to reach. He had a solo home run. So first time that a player has come to the plate with a runner on base. It'll be Isaac Lovings next up, batting 5th. He's the catcher out of Pacific University. Went 2 for 3 on Friday, getting his debut on the season. Did play for Ridgefield back in 2019. Did not have a home run that year. And this year, he gets a home run in his first game as a Raptor to right center field. Also had a single and RBI. Had 4 RBIs on the day. A strike to begin the at-bat to Isaac Lovings, who's from Beaverton. Went to Sunset High School as a runner on first and 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning. Both teams scoring in the first. 3 runs for Walla Walla, 1 run for Ridgefield. A foul from Isaac Lovings is an 0-2 count to Isaac. With 2 outs and a runner on first. Cody Darcy is on deck for Ridgefield. Brady Casper in the hole. Caden Connor with 4 RBIs yesterday in the 5-1 win. He has 1 already here. The right fielder playing at the warning track for Walla Walla. That's Matt Clark with his cleats on the track. All outfielders playing really far back for Isaac Lovings, who had that home run, so his slugging percentage is looking pretty good. 2 for 3, a single and a homer. And the outfield respecting that power, even though the wind isn't blowing out there that way right now, but he's at the track. The 0-2 pitch is down and away for ball 1 to Isaac Lovings. He does not typically try to hit opposite way. He's a right-handed hitter, so when he hit that home run, it was, in baseball parlance, an oppo taco, as they would say. But he says, I don't normally try to go opposite way. It's not what I'm intending to do. I'll do it from time to time, but most of my power is to left field. He takes again for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first. Isaac Lovings at the plate. At Pacific University in Forest Grove, Oregon. Coming up just across the border to Ridgefield for the final 12 games of the summer. 10 games remaining now after he made his debut 2 games ago on Friday. Another ball from Nick Irwin. It's high and away for ball 3. And after he had a full count to Will Chambers and threw him ball 4, now Isaac Lovings also has a full count. 2 outs, however. Nick Irwin throws, swung on and popped up. It's in shallow center field. The second baseman holding his glove up to shield the sun, and Parker Price is able to make the grab, just barely on the outfield grass. It does end the inning, stranding 1 runner on first base, but the Raptors do score 1 on the inning. A solo home run to lead off for Caden Connor, and Ridgefield cracks into the lead a little bit. It's 3-1, Walla Walla on top after one inning of play from the Rourke. Nate Wheeldryer back to the mound in the second inning after this pause.
This is WSU Vancouver, Southwest Washington's only 4-year research university. Whether in person or via distance delivery, WSU Vancouver offers high-quality education and an employer-respected degree. You'll get a small school feel and the kind of place where you know you matter. Here, you'll get personalized education that brings out the best in you and inspires you to achieve your highest goals. Now, what are you waiting for? Apply today.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
We head to the second inning here for the Ridgefield Raptors and the Walla Walla Sweeps. It is Nate Wheeldryer back in the mound for the Ridgefield Raptors. At Gonzaga University, did give up 3 unearned runs in that top of the first inning. Ridgefield got 1 run back. And now we are on to the second inning here between the Raptors and the Sweets. It'll be the 9th hitter in the lineup coming up. Jack Schuer, the only player yet to get an at-bat for the Walla Walla Sweets. Our only player yet to get a plate appearance, I should say. Wheeldryer did walk 2 in that first inning, both of whom ended up coming around to score. So 3-1 is the margin. Walla Walla on top. Wheeldryer begins the second inning with a strike on Jack Schuer, right-hand hitting catcher/outfielder. He's starting in left field today. Competes for Lewis and Clark College down in Portland. Against Nate Wheeldryer, the right-hander throws a ball down low. Where's jersey number 33, which, as is the case in most West Coast League teams, the jerseys get passed around a bit as players come in and leave and other players come in, and This jersey that Wheeldryer wears used to be worn by Jack Thompson earlier this year. He was the opening day starter at designated hitter for Ridgefield. A ball outside, 2-1's the count to the leadoff man here in the second inning. Jack Thompson wore 33, and then by the time Wheeldryer came in, Thompson had already vacated that jersey, so Wheeldryer took 33. A swinging fly ball to left field. This one's hard hit to the warning track, and Casper's going to get under it and make the catch just in front of the track for out number one. Leadoff man is down here in the second inning, and Jack Sheward is out of Lewis and Clark. So is Jack Thompson. So Sheward gets a fly ball off a pitcher who is wearing the jersey of a former of a Lewis and Clark guy who used to wear that same jersey, and now Wheeldryer using that uniform in good fashion to induce the fly out. One away. Second inning continues with Paul Myro out of Oregon State University with nobody on base, one down. Top of the second inning. Wheeldryer goes into the wind and throws low to Myro, who nabbed a game-opening single last inning. Came around to score the first run. One of 3 runs that Walla scored in the first inning. It's a 3-1 ball game. Wheeldryer winds for the 1-0 pitch, and the righty deals at the knees and apparently just below the knees. 2-0 is the count from Nate Wheeldryer. Ridgefield wearing the home red uniforms, white caps, white pants. Walla in the gray uniforms with red socks. In today's ball game, 2-0 pitch is hit towards third base. Cody Darcy fields in the hole, winds him, throws to first, spinning around, and like a turnstile, makes the throw while spinning and puts him out at first base. Cody Darcy, a heck of a play just to field that one and then throw while falling towards his left, towards left field, and threw it accurately onto first base for out number 2. Some great defense this series for Ridgefield, and Cody Darcy flashing the leather. There are 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Next up is Parker Price, who's 0 for 1 on the day. A solo home run yesterday is 1 hit. He's a .281 hitter on the summer. With 2 outs and nobody on, Parker Price takes high for ball 1 on Bark in the Park Day. A lot of dogs around the concourse, around the stadium today, presented by Wellhaven Pet Health. And that closes out the series here today. A day off tomorrow and then another home series. 1-0 pitch is hammered to left field, but it might be playable for Brady Casper. Holds the glove up, but he can't see it. And it lands in left field. It'll get down for a hit, and it's going to turn into a double as Brady Casper lost it in the sun. And John Peck was the one who threw it in, the shortstop who ran almost all the way out to the track. And Casper just couldn't find it. Landed right next to him on the turf in left field. And just holding his glove up, trying to block the sun. And I think the ball was right in the sun. Just could not find it against the mid-afternoon sunlight here at the Rourke. And it lands for a double for Parker Price. And so Justin Foles is next up, the designated hitter who struck out in the first inning. Has a runner on second, Walla trying to extend the 3-1 lead. Nate Wheeldryer from the stretch now, looking back at second, throws off speed. It's a pop-up to left field. Can Brady Casper find this one? Coming in a few steps, and he does see it and then drops the ball, and it's going to score a run. Casper looked like he had found it in the sun. It hits his glove and drops, and the run scores. Parker Price comes in, and this one will probably ruled an error, and E7 is the play, is the ruling. And so another unearned run off of Nate Wheeldryer. 4 unearned runs, and now Walla is back up by 3 here in this ball game. Justin Foles holds at first base. And the top of the second inning continues. Eli Payton is the next batter, the first baseman. The runner on first and 2 outs. Runners going. A pitch low. The throw down to second is not in time and into center field. The runner will hold at second. Stolen base for Justin Foles, who popped up to left field. 2 straight fly balls to left. And there was 2 outs and nobody on. And one of them got lost in the sun. The other one dropped. And now a run scores for Walla, and they've got another runner in scoring position. Eli Payton at the plate, who had a runner on second and 2 outs. In his first plate appearance, he again has a runner on second and 2 outs. This time around, the very next inning, 1-0 pitch is grounded towards first. Backing up is Caden Connor. Fields it, underhands to first, and Nate Wheeldryer steps on the bag, and the out is recorded. So the inning is over after 1 run comes in on 1 error and 1 hit, and even that hit was lost in the sun. Walla tacks on 1. It's a 4-1 advantage for the Walla Walla Sweets to the bottom of the second inning as the Raptors trying to cut away at the lead after this break.
At Clark Public Utilities, we know you depend on electricity every day. And even though our offices remain closed, we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, by phone, online, and email. The past year has brought changes to many in our community, with lost jobs or reduced working hours, disrupted childcare, and the challenge of teaching the kids. If you've been financially impacted by the pandemic and can't pay your utility bill, call us or send an email right away. Eligibility for payment assistance has been expanded so more households may qualify. Through it all, we're always here to provide you with safe and reliable service, and we're ready to help. Clark Public Utilities, ranked highest in customer satisfaction among residential mid-size utilities in the West by J.D. Power 13 years in a row. For J.D. Power 2020 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Clark Public Utilities, we're always here.
Bottom of the second inning from the Rourke on a beautiful day. Afternoon baseball, partly cloudy, but mostly just cloudless skies here in Ridgefield with temperatures just at 79 degrees, not too hot today. It'll be 91 tomorrow on our day off, and then 91 on Tuesday when we begin another home series. The one day we might see rain this week, at least right now according to the weather report, is Friday, the only day in the next 6 days where we have a road game played out in Corvallis on that day. First pitch to Cody Darcy is a ball. 1-0 the count to open up the bottom of the second inning. Walla Walla ahead 4-1 in this contest. Nick Irwin back to the mound and throws a breaking ball for another zone missing pitch. It's 2-0 the count to Cody Darcy out of UT San Antonio. He's never been to San Antonio, but he is a road runner. Will head down for his first year in San Antonio. Hammers one to left field. It should hold in the park, and going over to left is the left fielder Sheward, and he just barely is able to make the grab. Nearly lost it, and you can tell it's not just Brady Casper having trouble out in left. Jack Sheward struggling to find the ball and pull it in. A run scored last half inning when Brady Casper was unable to make a grab in left field, and Jack Sheward nearly did the same thing. It's Casper now to the plate. Cody Darcy is retired on a fly out. One down, a 3-run margin with the Sweets ahead. Nobody on base and one out. A ball low to Brady Casper. It's a 1-0 count to Brady, who's hitting a lot better of late. Struggled a bit at the beginning of the year, up to a 145 batting average, and has been trending well. Went 1 for 3 yesterday with a walk. Takes another ball. It's 2-0 from Nick Irwin, who allowed a solo home run on his very first batter face, but no run since then. A ground ball right back to him, and he fields and is able to throw to first easily for the out. 2 away here in the second inning. And so the bases remain empty for Patrick Stark, who's next up. The incoming freshman at Loyola Marymount, the second baseman today, went 1 for 5 on Friday with his first RBI of the summer. Outfield playing fairly deep for Patrick Stark. A little bit of wind blowing out to right, but the right fielder Matt Clark continues to play right in front of the fence. I mean, he is, I think he's standing on the warning track. The infield is playing straight up, so there's just a massive amount of room in between the second baseman and the right fielder. Now the second baseman backs up a bit into the shallow right center grass. A strike called on Patrick Stark. It's a 1-1 count, 2 down. Walla Walla 4, Ridgefield 1 in this series finale. 1-1 the count from Nick Irwin. Off speed that's hit to left field, and it will land in front of Sheward for a base hit. And it hops twice before getting to the left fielder. A 2-out single for Patrick Stark, his second hit of the series, his 11th hit on the summer. It'll bring up Micah McDowell to try to extend this second inning into a 2-out rally situation. 2 down, runner on first, and McDowell to the plate, the third Oregon State batter to come up in this lineup. Meckler bats second, Casper bats seventh, and McDowell bats ninth, all teammates at Oregon State. We saw 4 OSU players playing in the same game for Ridgefield on Friday when not only those 3 guys played, but Jaron Hunter was the starting pitcher. McDowell rips the first one into right field, shallow right center, going back to the second baseman, trying to make a basket catch. It lands in right center field. Stark gets to third, and McDowell gets to first base on a base hit. And the second baseman, Price, was running with his back to the ball and just trying to hold the glove out, never turned around. The right fielder, who is playing so deep at the warning track, and it comes back to bite the sweets because he couldn't get there in time. That was hanging up in the air for a long time, and it lands in right center field, about halfway between where the second baseman and right fielder began. And now it's Caden Connor to the plate with runners on the corners, 2 outs, and a 1-for-1 day so far with a home run. So McDowell was given a single there. Both teams are 3 hits now, but Ridgefield trailing by 3 runs. Runners on the edges. First pitch, Caden takes. Strike 1 from Nick Irwin. Caden Connor homering in the first inning to lead off the bottom of the first. It was on the second pitch he saw. He had an 0-1 count and homered to right center. He's now got an 0-1 count. He's a tying run for the Raptors. Has 2 home runs on the year, both of them in the last 24 hours. 0-1 pitch. He takes outside for ball 1 from Nick Irwin. 1-1 the count with 2 outs. Caden Connor saw a slider up in the zone yesterday and hit it out just barely. Got over the fence into right center, bouncing off the grass. And I asked him about it. I said, how'd that ball get back in? He said, I think it bounced off the grass back over the fence and into the field of play because Walla got a hold of it. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He hits it high in the air to left field. It will get out of play for a foul ball. 1-2 is the count. 2 down. Bottom of the second inning. A 4-1 lead for the Walla Sweets, but Ridgefield threatening here with a runner on third and a runner on first. But there are 2 outs. Ridgefield had the first 2 guys get out, fly out to left and a ground out, but then 2 straight singles. And now it's a 1-2 count for Caden Connor. Michael McDowell, the runner from third. Patrick Stark, Stark, the runner from third. McDowell at first. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Nick Irwin. Slider outside for ball 2 to Caden Connor. Got his parents looking on. Saw his first home run of the summer. Dave and Bobby on hand. Came up from Orange County. Caden was born in Anaheim Hills. So they're here until Tuesday. They'll celebrate his birthday tomorrow. Caden Connor turns 21 years old tomorrow on the day off and got his first home run of the summer yesterday and another one today. And this one's hit well to left field. If it stays fair, it'll score at least 1 run. It does stay fair. It bounces all the way to the wall. McDowell's being waved around. He's going to try to score from first base. The throw home is going to be in time, and he is out at the plate. And the inning is over with McDowell thrown out at home. He nearly slid in front of the tag. It almost looked like Quentin Ayers was holding the mitt above the plate and allowed McDowell to hit home before he touched the glove, although the throw definitely did beat him there. 1 run still does score on the play. Give Caden Connor a double and an RBI. Patrick Stark scores. It's back to a 2-run margin. So Caden Connor has RBIs in his first 2 at-bats. He's up to 9 RBIs on the series for Caden Connor, who leads the league. He's the first player in the West Coast League to reach 40 RBIs on the year. After 2 innings of play, it's a 4-2 ball game. Walla on top. Nate Wheeldryer returns to the slab after this break.
Warmer weather is here, and what better way to enjoy a summer day than with a trip to the ballpark to watch exciting Ridgefield Raptors baseball. Don't miss the action on the diamond as the Ridgefield Raptors battle other Western League rivals for the championship. This safe outdoor event is a perfect outing for you and your friends. Peace Health is a proud sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors, with a team of medical experts on deck to provide your family the care you need. Treat your family to an exciting night at the ballpark and make it part of your healthy, active summer. Peace Health and Ridgefield Raptors baseball, a great double play.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Top of the third inning here from the Rourke. It's Nate Wheeldryer trying to hold on and limit Walla Walla. They've scored in both innings so far. 3 runs in the first, 1 run in the second. Wheeldryer goes into the line to open up the third inning and throws a ball to the leadoff man here, Seth Ryberg, who walked in the first inning and scored. And 1 more run in the second, all of which have been unearned runs off of Nate Wheeldryer. He's given up 3 hits and 4 unearned runs, 2 errors so far for Ridgefield. Another ball from Nate Wheeldryer to 2-0 count to Seth Ryberg at a Point Loma Nazarene. Comes from Seattle, Washington. Nate Wheeldryer from Auburn, Washington. And they're matching up here against each other in Ridgefield, Washington. The 2-0 pitch is on the outside edge for strike 1. 2-1 the count. No outs to start in the third inning. Ridgefield trailing 4-2 in this contest in the series finale. Now, the bulk of the West Coast League is in Washington, although it'll be more spread out next year when the Canadian teams return, plus 3 new Canadian teams and a new Oregonian team. A strike on the outside portion. It's a 2-2 count from Nate Wheeldryer. New team in Springfield next year, plus, of course, Bend and Portland and Corvallis. Then you've got the 7 Washington teams. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Wheeldryer, and it's down in the dirt. Sets the count full to Seth Ryberg. Plus 5 Canadian teams, 3 of them new. Edmonton, Kamloops, and Nanaimo being the new teams that'll join the club, join the league next year. They're originally expected to come this year, but all the Canadian teams not playing, including Victoria and Kelowna. Here's the payoff, and it's bloop foul to keep the count full for Ryberg. Victoria and Kelowna were already in the league, and so they stopped playing, whereas the other 3 teams just pushed back their inauguration in the league. So we'll have 16 teams in the league next year. 4 new ones, the 10 current ones, plus the 2 teams that usually play, but just not this year. And so we'll have a packed house next summer. Here's the payoff, and it's hit again. Foul ball, back of home plate to the left side off the bat of Seth Ryberg. Bright red bat with the bright red socks for Walla Walla today. Although Seth Ryberg's red socks covered up by his gray pants. He has a 3-2 count from Nate Wheeldryer, the leadoff man in the top of the third inning. A 4-2 lead for the Walla Walla Sweets. Here's the payoff from Wheeldryer. It is outside corner, struck him out looking. Wheeldryer paints the black, and would have been a walk had he not gotten the call from Jim Courtney, but he does get the call. And the inning starts with a strikeout looking. 1 away, and it's Chris Conniff next up, who reached on an error in the first inning that scored a run. It was bases loaded, 2 outs, and a scoreless ball game, and Chris Conniff hit a ground ball to short that very nearly could have been ruled an infield hit, but probably correctly an error on the shortstop, and that scored a run. Walla Walla then got a 2 RBI single after that, so thus 3 unearned runs that inning off of Nate Wheeldryer. A strike to open up this at-bat with Chris Conniff out of St. John's University. And the 0-1 pitch is an off-speed high for ball 1, excuse me. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on. Top of the third inning, Walla Walla ahead 4-2. 1 run scoring last inning, also on an error, so all 4 runs unearned on Nate Wheeldryer. Winds and delivers the 1-1. It's outside for ball 2 from Nate Wheeldryer. Like I mentioned, as a fastball, a sinker, a slider, and a change. He added that sinker at the beginning of the summer, just kind of at the end of his college spring with the University of Washington. He's since transferred to Gonzaga. A slider that stays outside for ball 3, 3-1's the count with 1 away. He helped add that sinker with the help of Darren Westergaard, who used to coach for Skagit Valley College. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Wheeldryer. It's hit to right center field. It's going to hang up in the air as Micah McDowell running over, having trouble seeing it, I think, and he does locate it, then makes the grab. He was kind of holding his glove up as if to say, where is it? But I think he actually did track it the whole way, just holding the glove up and ready to make the catch. And he pulls it in to right center field. 2 down here in the third. And next up is Quentin Ayers. Last inning, Walla Walla had the first 2 guys out, but then 2 straight fly balls to left field that kind of got lost in the sun, and it scored a run. Now it's Quentin Ayers to the plate, who had that 2 RBI single back in the first inning. First pitch is popped up in the infield. It'll actually get into shallow right field. Patrick Stark struggling with the sun. He's able to get under and make the catch. Every pop out and fly out is an adventure on the Sunday afternoon games. Patrick Stark handles and makes the grab, and that ends the inning. First 1-2-3 inning for either team today. And that means we're on to the bottom of the third inning with a 4-2 lead for the Walla Walla Sweets. Ridgefield will try to score for the third consecutive inning. We'll see if they can do that on the other side of this break.
Baseball is back, and Peace Health is excited to once again sponsor the Ridgefield Raptors as they vie for the West Coast League title. Raptors games make a great family outing. Bring the whole crew to the ballpark to enjoy a safe, fun outdoor event featuring the thrills of Raptors baseball. As the largest health provider in Clark County, Peace Health is ready to step up to the plate and keep your family in the game, whether it's a routine appointment or specialty emergency care. Peace Health and the Ridgefield Raptors, two great teams.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 1:05 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
To the bottom of the third inning we go here at the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. It'll be Wade Meckler, John Peck, and Will Chambers, the scheduled hitters here for the Ridgefield Raptors, trying to make up the difference here. It's the Walla Walla Sweets 4 and the Ridgefield Raptors 2 into the bottom of the third inning. Wade Meckler, left-handed hitter against right-handed pitcher in Nick Irwin, who throws a strike to open the at-bat. Wade Meckler he prefers hard-throwing pitchers. Irwin's more of a crafty thrower, doesn't top out the velocity very high, sits in the mid-80s on the fastball. 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball for strike two, as Jim Courtney turns around and points directly behind home plate, which I don't know what that was all about. It's an 0-2 count with the leadoff man Wade Meckler at the plate, with Irwin going off speed there. The 0-2 pitch from Nick Irwin is hit to left field. Coming in is Schuer, then holding and making the grab. Hit right at his direction. He had to take a couple steps in and makes the grab in left field for out number one. So Meckler flies out. John Peck is next up, the shortstop who grounded out to short in his first at bat. He's got a .331 batting average on the year. Second on the team with 11 doubles, although Caden Connor has added yet another double today. He's up to 18 on the year, which leads the league. John Peck second with 11. He's got 5 home runs as well, 2 behind the team lead and the league lead. Will Chambers with that 7 home run mark to lead the WCL. He's on deck. John Peck takes, and did it clip his shoes? Yes, it did. And Peck is going to be awarded first base. It just barely skimmed his cleats, and he will be given a hit by pitch on the first offering from Nick Irwin to John Peck. And now a runner on first and 1 out. Irwin not really disagreeing with the call, nor does anybody from the Walla Walla dugout come out to argue it. I think it did catch the cleats barely, though just barely. And so a hit by pitch on John Peck. Will Chambers is next up. 2-1 deficit for the Raptors. We're in the third inning. Infield shifted a bit towards the right side. The first pitch to Chambers off the outside for ball one. Switch hitter, so he's batting left-handed here. Shortstop Paul Myro playing closer to the bag. There's only a runner on first base here. Third baseman playing back and fairly off the line. Chris Conniff, the third baseman. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's hit high but not deep. Center field. Coming over is Seth Ryberg, the center fielder, looking up, and he makes the grab in center field for out number 2. The runner John Peck going back to first base. Next up is Isaac Lovings. So a fly out, a hit by pitch, and another fly out. And honestly, even though neither of those flyouts were terribly well hit, the more you put the ball in play, the more you put pressure on the defenders here, because there's been some struggles to find fly balls and line drives in this game, especially fly balls that kind of get above the horizon and get lost in the sun. So you put some balls in play, and it's going to be tough, especially with how deep they're playing in the outfield. As Lovings chops the ball over the pitcher on the second bounce, fielded by Price. He throws to second underhand out of the glove and gets it in time to Myro. Never touched the ball with his skin, just looped it to second out of the mitt, and it goes down as a 4-6 fielder's choice. The inning is over. No hits and one left on for the Ridgefield Raptors. It remains a 4-2 ball game here into the top of the fourth inning. We'll see the second trimester of this contest after this break. Top of the fourth coming up. The Sweets ahead 4-2.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
Oh, I love family road trips. Wind in my ears, fruits in my mouth, and peace of mind knowing Les Schwab did our tires, brakes, and alignment. Like Les Schwab, my family's safety is my first priority. Well, that and squeaky toys.
Les Schwab Tires, proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row. For J.D. Power 2021 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Through 3 innings from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex on a Sunday afternoon, it's the visiting Walla Walla Sweets with the lead. 4 runs on 3 hits and no errors. The host Ridgefield Raptors, 2 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors. We begin the top of the 4th inning with Nate Wheeldryer back on the mound, the starting pitcher who has not allowed an earned run today. He has given up 3 hits and 4 unearned runs. It's Matt Clark who will lead off the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Walla Walla coming to the plate here. Walla Walla at 14-27. They're on a 7-game losing streak. Ridgefield at 22-16 on a 2-game winning streak. And with 10 games left on the year, we are a third of the way into this matchup, but it's Walla Walla leading this contest 4-2. Matt Clark, who is 1 for 7 on the series, including a strikeout earlier today, is at the plate to face Nate Wheeldryer. Into the windup, in the first pitch at 85 miles an hour is a called strike for Nate Wheeldryer. These two programs facing each other for a 3rd time this summer. 1 more series to come to close out the regular season, August 10th through 12th. The 0-1 pitch is grounded down the third base side, foul, and it's an 0-2 count from Nate Wheeldryer to the leadoff man, Matt Clark. So this is the 3rd time this summer and the 7th time in history that these two ball clubs have faced off against each other. Ridgefield took the lead in the series 4-3 in the all-time mark with yesterday's victory. The 0-2 pitch from Wheeldryer is poked at, missed at, and Matt Clark goes down on strikes. It's the 4th strikeout of the day for Nate Wheeldryer. Gets the leadoff man here in the 4th inning to strike out swinging. Jack Sheward is up next, who flew out to left field to lead off the 2nd inning. His only at-bat so far. Out of Arlington, Washington, he's over 4 on the series. Has a .203 batting average. Outfield playing straight up. Same for the infield here. 1 out and nobody on. Top of the 4th inning. Wheeldryer throws and a liner into left field and a base hit for Jack Sheward. Pounds one through the hole into left, and he's aboard for a 1-out single. And we're back to the top of the order. It's Paul Myro up next. He's 1 for 2 in the contest, with a runner on first and 1 out, top of the 4th inning. Paul Myro, who singled to open up the 1st inning, was the first player to score. Did not play yesterday. Had a tough day back on Friday when he went 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a double play. Or 0 for 4, with 2 strikeouts and a double play and a ground out. And the first pitch to Paul Myro is a ball, 1-0 the count to Paul. Out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Born in Henderson, nearby, and attends Oregon State University. Facing Nate Wheeldryer with a runner on first and 1 away. Wheeldryer from the stretch and a fastball low for ball 2, blocked by Isaac Lovings. 2-0 the count, 1 away. So Ridgefield took the lead on Friday against Walla Walla in all-time series, 4-3, and now with yesterday's game actually improving them to 5-3 against Walla Walla all-time, and the aggregate score is even more lopsided than the win-loss record. 2-0 pitch is swung on, and Myro just got a piece of it And a foul ball at the plate. A 2-1 count to Paul Myro with 1 away and 1 on in the top of the 4th inning. Walla ahead in this contest, 4 runs to 2. So Ridgefield in those 8 games against Walla have won 5 of the 8, an aggregate score of 72-44. So a couple blowout wins along the way. 2-1 pitches fouled at the plate, and Myro has now set the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. For the 5'8", 185-pound infielder from Oregon State. 2 balls and 2 strikes to continue the top of the 4th inning. As Walla is ahead, trying to win their final game in this series and first game of the road trip. 2-2 pitch from Wheel Dryer is grounded towards the third base side. Darcy reaches for it. It's in foul territory. Just barely. Darcy running for it. He gets past him, but doesn't matter. It's a foul ball. And the third straight foul ball from Paul Myro keeps the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nate Wheel Dryer up to 74 pitches now on the day. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Usually sits around 80, so depending on how many more he throws this inning, we'll see if he comes out for a 5th. He's pitched fairly well today. He's given up 4 hits, but no earned runs. But Ridgefield trails 4-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wheel Dryer throws, and it's down in the dirt, ball 3. On the 75th pitch he throws on the day. Infield and double play depth for the Raptors. Turned 5 double plays on Friday, all of them involving John Peck, the shortstop. Yesterday didn't reach 5 on the day. In fact, as I look back at my scorecard, I don't see any double plays yesterday, but hey, 5 between 2 games is still pretty darn good. They have a chance here with 1 out and a runner on first. Runner's going now, and a foul ball by Myro, his 4th foul ball of the at-bat. And the runner from first will have to go back, Jack Sheward. He got on via a single with 1 out, and Paul Myro is the next batter up, but this at-bat has continued to go and go. He saw it, the first 2 pitches for balls, but then has swung 4 times since then. The 3-2 count now. Here's the payoff from Nate Wheel Dryer from the stretch, and it's swung on and missed by Paul Myro. And he strikes out on a lengthy at-bat finally on the 8th pitch, and Nate Wheel Dryer gets him swinging. 2 down in the 4th inning, and that is the 5th strikeout of the day for Nate Wheel Dryer. Not normally a strikeout guy, but he's up to 5. He came in with just 14 on the summer in his 23 innings, so well under 1 strikeout per inning. But Wheel Dryer has struck out 5, and we're not even through the 4th inning yet. 2 outs in the 4th. Wheel Dryer, who came in with an ERA of 3.85, has struck out a high of 6 on the season. That was his debut for Ridgefield back on June 23rd. A ball low to the next batter, Parker Price, the second baseman. 1-0's the count. Walla leading this contest by a score of 4-2. There are 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning. A runner on first for the Sweets. Parker Price, who had a double and a run scored in the 2nd inning, a fly out to right field. Really could have been 0 for 2. His double was just lost in the sun. Throw over to first, and the runner Sheward gets back. Parker Price went 1 for 4 yesterday with a solo home run. The second baseman today played short yesterday, having a conversation with Jim Courtney, the home plate umpire, and after their ruminations and discussions, he's ready to hit off of Nate Wheel Dryer. Nate comes set with a runner on first. Kicks, and the 1-0 pitch is high for ball 2. And a 2-0 count from Nate Wheel Dryer to Parker Price. This is the first game in August for Ridgefield, a day off tomorrow. Back in 2019, the Raptors played well in the month of August, went 7-3 in their first August action in their inaugural year in 2019. They were chasing Walla that year for a playoff berth. Walla at that point was in the Southern Division. They're now in the North. A foul ball from Parker Price. It's a 2-2 count to Parker with 2 down and a runner on first. A 2-run deficit for the Raptors. So Ridgefield came into the month of August needing to outpace Walla, and they ended up playing well, went 7-3, but still finished 3 games shy of the Sweets. And they even had a series against Walla in August and went 2-1 against the Sweets, winning that series. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and it's a swinging strike, a throw down to first, and he's safe at first on a back pick attempt from Isaac Levings. Caden Connor slapping the tag down. and did not get the out there. And so it's a 3-1 count. I guess that was ruled a ball on that last pitch. I thought it was called a strike, but I guess Jim Courtney didn't give him the call, and a throw down to first did not get the out. So it turns out well for Walla Walla. 3-1's the count, 2 down. Runner on first. Nate Wheeldryer from the stretch here. And the 3-1 is on the inside corner for strike 2. Infield remaining in basically double play depth, even though they won't get a double play here. 2 outs in the frame, but they're playing up the middle for Parker Price. Nate Wheeldryer, who has allowed his opponent a batting average allowed of 150 on the summer. Really solid. Here's the runner going on the 3-2. It's low and away for ball 4. And now runners in first and second for Walla Walla with 2 down. It'll be Justin Foles next up, the designated hitter out of St. John's University. With Jack Sheward into scoring position. Justin Foles, who is 0 for 2 in the contest. Had a fly ball to left field that got dropped and a strikeout. He bats .223 on the summer. He's from Monroe, Washington. 2 runners aboard, 2 outs for Walla Walla. Top of the 4th inning. Nate Wheeldryer offers and a ball low. 1-0 the count from Nate Wheeldryer. He has walked 3 on the day. The first 2 guys who walked ended up scoring. Now he walks 1 here with 2 outs, but hoping to strand 2 runners in the 4th inning. 2-run deficit for the Raptors. Wheeldryer looking back at second, throwing in a ground ball towards second, a roller that's fielded by Starkill underhand and fielded by John Peck with his cleat on the bag. A force out at second base for the fielder's choice, and no runs come in the 4th inning. There was 1 hit on the frame, 1 walk, and 2 left on, but nothing doing for the Walla Walla Sweets, and we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Ridgefield trying to close the gap. It's the Sweets 4 and the Raptors 2.
Found a giant spider in my bed.
Stepped outside and a hornet stung my head.
Got anti-rhymacine,
and I am starting to think
the experts that I know are gonna make me pest-free. Natural pest control, killing your bugs and rodents, baby. Natural pest control. Call today, get a quote for free.
Hey baseball fans, after the game visit A&A, the area's premier gaming, dining, entertainment, and meeting destination. A&A is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and the perfect place to meet up with friends after a Raptors win for dinner, drinks, and great times. Keep the fun and excitement going after the 9th inning and grab beers at Tom's Urban, or enjoy a perfectly cooked porterhouse at Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. With 100,000 square feet of gaming space, 15 different restaurants, bars, and retail outlets to choose from, A&A has just what you need to turn your night at the ballgame into a night you won't forget. A&A, just off I-5 at exit 16, ILANIresort.com.
It'll be the 6th, 7th, and 8th hitters in the Ridgefield lineup to come to the plate in the 4th inning. Cody Darcy, Brady Casper, Patrick Shark. As Ridgefield tries to close the gap, they have trailed since the top of the 1st inning. We're now in the bottom of the 4th, but it's just a 2-run margin. 4-2 is the score. Cody Darcy at the plate to face Nick Irwin for a second time. Darcy flew out to left field in his first at-bat. This one he hits to center field. Moving a few steps back is Seth Ryberg. He camps under and makes the catch just to the right of straightaway center field. Probably traveled about 360 feet, but it ends in a fly out to center field. First pitch from Nick Irwin here in the 4th inning results in an out. It's his 43rd, make it 45th pitch of the day. And 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 4-2 score, Ridgefield trailing. Brady Casper at the plate. Had a ground out in his first at-bat. Now trying to drag bunt and does offer at the pitch, and it's strike 1. It was a little bit low, and Casper showing bunt. The corner infielders playing fairly back, especially at first base. The third baseman, Conniff, playing a few steps behind the bag, now moving a bit in, but Casper not bunting anymore, takes a strike over the plate. And it's an 0-2 count, and Brady Casper out of Mission Viejo, California, Capistrano Valley High School. Now time is called by the field umpire, Tim Heigl, looking over towards the Walla Walla dugout. And now the ready for play signal given. Outfield shifted a bit towards right field. The 0-2 pitch to Casper is high for ball one. On Bark in the Park Day, saw some dogs around the park. Some Labradors, some Golden Retrievers, some other breeds that I don't know how to identify, but there's something. Ground ball through the right side, and Brady Casper has singled with one out, his first hit of the day and his second hit of the series. And Ridgefield in business here in the fourth inning. Tying run to the plate for the Raptors. It's Patrick Stark, who's 1 for 1 in the contest, had a single in the second inning, and ultimately came around to score on Caden Connor's double. And so Patrick Stark with a runner on first base and one out is at the plate. He's excited to go down to Loyola Marymount. A lot of players for the Walla Walla Sweets who also are from LMU. He just met them this weekend. Jacob Freed introduced him. Jacob is a pitcher for Ridgefield, also from Loyola Marymount. First pitch is outside, 1-0 the count. So Logan Hurd, who pitched yesterday for Walla Walla, he's from LMU. So is Mason Kokodinsky. And same for William Grimm. This one's hit towards the left side by Patrick Stark. It's going to carry all the way to the wall and get up on out of here. Patrick Stark puts a drive into this one, and the ball game is tied. 2-run home run for Patrick Stark, his first in a West Coast League game, and it's a big one. 2-run drive to put this game at an even 4-4 score. So left center field, and Patrick Stark hammers one for a game-tying 2-run home run. Brady Casper scores from first, and we've got ourselves a new ball game. 2-run home run for Patrick Stark. He had a non-league home run, but not in a West Coast League game, and it's a 2 RBI homer. He's got all 3 of his RBIs on the season here in this series, and the new score is 4-4 with a 2-run home run by Patrick Stark. Micah McDowell, the next batter, and he watches ball one from Nick Irwin. 1 out, and the next pitch is low and away for ball 2 to Micah McDowell. I want to play for Patrick Stark, who came in with a batting average of .233. He's now 2 for 2, a single and a home run for Patrick. 2-0 pitch is on the outside edge for strike 1. 2-1 the count. And those Loyola Marymount pitchers for Walla Walla happy to see this guy coming to their program rather than a different team in the West Coast Conference or any other college that might hit against them, as he homers here against Walla Walla. A 3-1 count now after Micah McDowell takes another ball from Nick Irwin. With 1 out, next pitch is at the belt and just high for ball 4. And after the home run, Ridgefield keeps the inning going. A walk for Micah McDowell and still only 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Caden Connor, who also has a home run on the day, is up next. He's got a home run and a double. On the series, he's now 8 for 12. He's hit for the cycle on the series, not in one game. I mean, between the 2 games coming into today, he had a home run and a triple yesterday. He had 3 singles and a double the day before. So on the weekend, he's hit for the cycle and then some. 2 home runs, a triple, 2 doubles, and 3 singles. And he's 8 for 12. Went 4 for 6 Friday, tying the single game record for Ridgefield in hits. And then had the 2 home runs, 1 yesterday, 1 today. Mound visit for Nick Irwin, and he will stay in the ball game, but there is some activity going on in the bullpen for the Swedes. Runner on first. Ridgefield has not led in this ball game. They won on Friday 17-2, largest margin of victory for the Raptors in team history. And yesterday was much closer, a comeback win, 5-1 the final score. Now today, Ridgefield hoping to make the comeback. They've already come back to tie it in the 4th inning. Caden Connor at the plate. First pitch to Caden is on the outside edge for strike 1. Had that RBI double to left field. Nearly was a 2 RBI double, but the second runner thrown out at the plate. That was Micah McDowell. Micah again on first base for Caden with his at-bat. He doubled down the left field line. He has a 1-0 count from Nick Irwin. Runners going, a hit and run grounder into right field. Micah McDowell had to turn and look to see where the ball was to make sure it wasn't going to get caught. Once he saw it was a ground ball, he turned and hit third. And it's a 1-out single for Caden Connor. It pushes Micah McDowell to third base. And next up will be Wade Meckler with runners on the corners and still only 1 out. Caden Connor has a home run, a double, and now a single on the day. And finally, a base hit that doesn't score a run. Hey, it's okay, Caden. You still got 2 RBIs in the day, and he's leading the league in RBIs and doubles. And it's Wade Meckler up next. 4 for 7 on the series coming in. He has a ground out and a fly out today. First pitch to Wade is below the knees for ball 1. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Tie score. Bottom of the 4th inning. Ridgefield already scoring 2 runs this inning on a Patrick Stark home run. Can they restart the action and bring them home here to score the go-ahead run? 1-0 pitches above the belt for ball 2. Mentioned that Wade Meckler prefers velocity. He told me this stat. I can't verify, I don't have the stats available, but this is according to Wade Meckler. At Oregon State this spring, when he was facing pitchers 95 miles an hour and above, he hit them much better than pitchers of slower velocity. He hits a ground ball onto the second baseman, fielded by Price. The throw onto the shortstop and in time for the double play, and the run does not count. McDowell crossed home, but the force out at first cancels out that run. And it's a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. And 2 runs come in, but 2 runs and only 2 on the 2-run home run by Patrick Stark. This ball game is tied now for the Raptors on 3 hits in the inning and 1 left on. We are on to the 5th inning from Ridgefield. It's the Sweets and the Raptors tied up now 4-4.
Every time Taco Bell's nacho fries returned, those Mexican spices were drawing something closer to the surface.
And once they taste that warm nacho cheese sauce, they won't stop till there's nothing left.
Can the Fry Force save the world and the nacho fries we love?
So either we fight together, or we fry alone.
Or will the monsters devour us all? Get your nacho fries today while you can. Now serving at a Taco Bell near you. At participating U.S. locations for a limited time only.
Baseball is back, and Peace Health is excited to once again sponsor the Ridgefield Raptors as they vie for the West Coast League title. Raptors games make a great family outing. Bring the whole crew to the ballpark to enjoy a safe, fun outdoor event featuring the thrills of Raptors baseball. As the largest health provider in Clark County, Peace Health is ready to step up to the plate and keep your family in the game, whether it's a routine appointment or specialty emergency care. Peace Health and the Ridgefield Raptors, 2 great teams.
Well, Nate Wheeldryer's day is done. He has gone 4 innings and completed 4. Did not give up an earned run, but his pitch count a bit high. Nearly to 80 pitches on the day, and so Ryan Pitts will come in for the Ridgefield Raptors. Ryan, the right-hander out of Lower Columbia College, getting his 11th appearance on the year, which is his 9th out of the bullpen. He's gone 18 innings against West Coast League teams, 20 strikeouts, 16 walks, 16 hits, an ERA of 5.3. Bases empty, just starting the top of the 5th inning with a tie score in this contest. First inning we've started with a tie score other than the top of the 1st. Now in the top of the 5th inning, and Ryan Pitts opens up this at-bat with a strike to Eli Payton, the leadoff man out of UCLA. 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball that stays high for ball 1 from Ryan Pitts out of Lower Columbia, located in Longview, Washington. Comes from Vancouver, went to Skyview High School. Ryan Pitts out of the windup for the 1-1 pitch, working from the third base side of the slab. A ground ball chopper to first base. Caden Connor waiting on it, and it bounces away from him for a fair ball. It'll get into the right field corner, and Connor will lob it in. It goes down with Eli Payton getting into second base. Caden Connor kind of had a weird hop on it, was waiting on it, didn't know if it was fair or foul, and didn't know where to play it on the hop. And he's not normally a first baseman. He's most comfortable in the outfield. But it will go down as a base hit for Walla and Eli Payton. He gets into second base on the play. And so that puts the leadoff man in scoring position. Seth Ryberg is the next batter, who has walked and struck out today. Now facing Ryan Pitts for the first time. First pitch is a called strike. Tie score here after Nate Wheeldryer finished out his outing. Going 4 innings, gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, none of them earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts on the day for Nate Wheeldryer. So Ryan Pitts now trying to throw a scoreless inning. The 0-1 pitch is swung on, and Ryberg did not get a piece of it. It's an 0-2 count at 89 miles an hour from Ryan Pitts. He works with a four-seam fastball. Go that pretty good chunk of the time. He is the right-hander, spent 2 years at LCC, playing for Eric Lane, the head coach. Made 6 appearances this spring for the Red Devils. Has an 0-2 count with a runner on second and nobody out. Ryan from the stretch, a fastball swung on and struck him out. One away here in the 5th inning. He gets Ryberg down on strikes, on 3 strikes, and the 6th strikeout of the day for Ridgefield pitchers. So there was an error charged on Caden Connor, by the way, and so it's not a base hit. Take the hit off the board, so E3 on the play, and that puts Peyton into second base. Then the strikeout of Ryberg, and now Chris Conniff is the batter. He's 0 for 2 in the contest. 1 out, runner on second. Ryan Pitts goes to the slider for a strike. 0-1 the count from Ryan. The runner on second, nobody out. Tie score thanks to Patrick Stark, who's the second baseman. Had the 2-run home run to left field. I asked Patrick about playing second base, and he says he likes it more than third, where he's been playing primarily this summer. The 0-1 pitch is at the knees for strike 2. An 0-2 count. Ryan Pitts has thrown 5 straight strikes. 3 for a strikeout of Ryberg, and now 2 to Conniff to get ahead. 1 out, an 0-2 count. Runner on second, the go-ahead run for the Swedes, who are 1 base hit away from reclaiming the lead. Chris Conniff waving the bat around, waiting for Ryan Pitts. From the stretch, the pitch is through the barrel of Chris Conniff. He strikes out. 6 straight strikes from Ryan Pitts. He strikes out 2 batters in a row, and that is the 7th strikeout of the ball game. Brought to you by Taco Bell. The 7th strikeout gets you free tacos at Taco Bell if you're here at the park, so come on around next time and get coupons when Ridgefield gets its 7th strikeout of the contest. They got it here in the top of the 5th inning, and a tie score. Ryan Pitts, 1 more good at-bat away from stranding the go-ahead run at second. Quentin Ayers is the batter and takes a ball inside, so finally Ryan Pitts missing the strike zone. The catcher today, Quentin Ayers, is 1 for 2, a 2 RBI single earlier today for the Spokane native. Competes in Idaho for Northwest Nazarene. 1-0 pitch is grounded high in the air to Darcy, the third baseman waiting on it. He'll throw to first and in time for the out. So the leadoff error on Caden Connor does not end up hurting Ridgefield. Caden makes the final putout of the inning, and we close the top of the 5th with no runs for Walla Walla. 1 left on and no hits on the frame. We're at the midway point of this contest. It's the Walla Walla Swedes 4 and the Ridgefield Raptors also 4.
A lot has changed in Clark County since C-Tran began service in 1981. We've changed with it. 30 bus routes, 2 bus rapid transit projects, and millions of rides later, C-Tran has grown into an award-winning transit system serving Clark County, including the city limits of Ridgefield. Please join C-Tran in celebrating an amazing 40 years serving you, our community, with activities happening in 2021. Look for details at c-tran.com, and thank you for 40 great years.
Ridgefield Main Street thanks you for supporting the Raptors and downtown, the heart of Ridgefield. Spend the moolah you win at the game at downtown shops and restaurants. Upcoming events include Main Street Day, C-Tran Shuttle Downtown Tailgate, and the Friday Night Flicks Outdoor Film Series. We are a non-profit organization dedicated to preserving the cultural heritage of downtown Ridgefield while advocating for its future. More information at ridgefieldmainstreet.com and find us on Facebook at Ridgefield Main Street. We'll see you downtown, and go Raptors!
We're on to the bottom of the 5th inning from the Rourke. We've got a new pitcher for Walla Walla who will try to keep the game tied, a 4-4 score, so neither starting pitcher today will get a decision in this game. Nate Wheeldryer went 4 innings, left with the game tied, and Nick Irwin went 4 innings, left with the game tied. It's Turner Edwards coming in of Eastern Oregon, the 6'2", 190-pounder, comes from Walla Walla, Washington. And the Mountaineer from Eastern Oregon is getting his 3rd appearance of the year, always out of the bullpen this summer. Has gone 1 inning against Portland, 1 2/3 against Bend, giving up 1 earned run, 2 hits to the 13 batters he has faced, and he comes in to face the Ridgefield lineup at the heart of the order now. It'll be John Peck, Will Chambers, and Isaac Levings who will come to the plate here in the 5th inning. Ridgefield scoring 2 in the 4th on a 2-run home run by Patrick Stark, and still had some more action after that, but a double play that stranded the runner at 3rd, and so Ridgefield has not claimed a lead yet in this game. That could change here. It'll come down to what John Peck and company can do. John strides to the plate to be the first one to face Turner Edwards today. Edwards' first appearance since July 24th, a week ago, in that shutout loss to Bend. Both games he has pitched in have been defeats, and both of them blowout losses. But this one likely will be different. We've got a tie score at the halfway point in this ball game. 4-4 is the margin. Ridgefield winning both games of the series so far. This is the finale, a day off tomorrow. And John Peck at the plate, the 19-year-old out of Pepperdine University, to lead off the bottom of the 5th. First pitch at 83 miles an hour is inside and nearly hit him, and in fact it did hit him. It just clipped him on the shoulder, or maybe just hit the jersey, and John Peck has now been hit twice today, both of them barely making contact. The last one skimmed his shoes. This one must have just clipped the jersey a little bit on the shoulder, and it does not seem to be in any pain, but he trots down to first for another hit by pitch. Second straight HBP for John Peck, and the very first offering from Turner Edwards is not a particularly helpful one. He hits the first batter he faces on the first pitch, and it's now Will Chambers to the plate. Nobody out, and Chambers watches strike 1, low and away. The designated hitter today, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Will Chambers leading the league in home runs with 7 of them on the year. 2 more would tie Ridgefield his single season record with Michael Hicks from 2019. 0-1 is high to Will Chambers. 1-1 the count. No outs, runner on first. Ridgefield hoping to get their first lead of this contest. Will Chambers at the plate with his .311 batting average on the summer. Switch hitter who's batted left-handed all times today. Righty Turner Edwards in, and a hard hit fly ball to right center field. This one does have no chance of being held by the park. Will Chambers has put a drive into this one, and the Raptors have taken their first lead of the game. 2-run bomb by Will Chambers, the league leader in homers. It's a 6-4 advantage for Ridgefield. .421 feet off the bat of Will Chambers. And it's a 2-run home run for Will Chambers. And Ridgefield is up 6-4. After giving up 3 runs in the top of the first inning, Ridgefield had not led at any point today until now in the bottom of the 5th. And Will Chambers, a no-doubter to right center field. He took his time coming out of the batter's box and took his sweet time running around the bases for an enjoyable, scenic route around the base paths. A 2-run home run for Will Chambers. He's up to 28 RBIs on the year and 8 home runs on the summer. 1 more would tie the single-season record for Ridgefield. Hanging breaking ball from Turner Edwards, who has not had a good start to this relief appearance. Came in with the game tied. First pitch hit a guy and then gave up a home run, and now a mound visit for Turner Edwards with Isaac Levings at the plate. It's now Ridgefield 6 and Walla Walla 4 as the Raptors come back in front. This is a big game for Ridgefield. Sure, you've already won the series, but you don't want to lose a game here and give up a loss, drop you down to just 5 games above 500 when you're tied with the Portland Pickles coming into this game. So you drop a half game below, and we will have a pitching change, by the way. So Turner Edwards is done, facing 2 batters, and then threw a ball to the third, and it got to the backstop, and that was the final straw for Turner Edwards. Keep it right here for a moment as the new pitcher comes in for Walla Walla in the bottom of the 5th inning. 6-4 is the score. Portland, by the way, will play tonight. They're not in action right now. They have their game this evening against the Bend Elks to finish that series. So we'll see what Portland can do if they have the same result as Ridgefield, they'd stay tied, and Ridgefield still has the tiebreaker. There are 10 games remaining, and my predictions, which hold little to no weight, but for what it's worth, I think if Ridgefield goes 6-4, maybe 7-3, that would probably be good enough. But of course, it depends on what the other teams do around the league. You can only control yourself, so you try to just win as many games as you can. I'm thinking 7 of the last 10 might do the job, but you never know. And of course, when you want to go 7-3 down the stretch, a loss here would not be the good way to start the final 10 games of the summer. We'll take a quick break and come back for the rest of the bottom of the 5th inning. Ridgefield already scoring 2 this frame to take the lead at 6-4. Stay with us after this break.
This is WSU Vancouver, Southwest Washington's only 4-year research university. Whether in person or via distance delivery, WSU Vancouver offers high-quality education and an employer-respected degree. You'll get a small school feel in the kind of place where you know you matter. Here, you'll get personalized education that brings out the best in you and inspires you to achieve your highest goals. Now, what are you waiting for? Apply today.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Well, it's turned into a home run party for the Ridgefield Raptors. The very first batter in this ball game for Ridgefield, Caden Connor, homered, his second of the year. Then to tie the game, Patrick Stark, last inning, 2-run home run, his first of the year in West Coast League play. And Will Chambers, not his first of the year, his 8th of the year, and absolutely rocked a ball to right center field to give the Raptors their first lead of the game, 104 miles an hour off the bat. It traveled 421 feet off the wooden barrel of Will Chambers for his 8th home run of the year, just outside the top 5 this year in the West Coast League in terms of distance traveled of any home run around the league. Longest home run of the year is Cody Darcy at 430 feet. His own teammate, Will Chambers, at 421. So close to being the longest home run around the league this whole summer. Isaac Lovings at the plate against new pitcher for the Walla Walla Sweets, Caden Kalber, out of Washington State University. And Kalber comes in with the bases empty and nobody out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Already a 2-run home run to clear the base paths. And the 1-0 pitch is a ball to Loving. So the first pitcher of this inning would just come in and ends up having to leave after not recording an out. That was Walla Walla's Turner Edwards, and then threw a ball to Lovings and then exited. So Lovings already had a 1-0 count, and now another ball from Caden Kalber. So it's 3 balls and no strikes and nobody out. Bases empty in the bottom of the 5th inning for Isaac Lovings, the right-hand hitting catcher out of Pacific. Here comes the 3-0 pitch, and it's swung on and tipped foul into the body of the catcher, Ayers. He was not too shaken up, luckily. Lovings himself a catcher. And it's a 3-1 count. Lovings, who is 0 for 2 in the day, a fielder's choice and a pop-out. On Friday, he went 2 for 3, a single and a home run and 4 RBIs in his season debut. Here on Bark in the Park Day, Lovings himself grew up with a dog, a blue-nosed pit bull, that he had from middle school until last summer. The Lovings family growing up with the pit bull, and so he's a dog type of guy enjoying Bark in the Park Day. Chases a fastball high at 89 miles an hour. Doesn't get a piece of it. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes to Isaac Lovings with nobody out. 2-run home run for Will Chambers after a hit by pitch for John Peck, and then he was able to trot around the base paths in front of Chambers after the home run. Here's the payoff to Isaac Lovings with nobody out. He hits a ground ball, a 2-hopper to Paul Myro, fields at eye level, and wings it to first for the out. 1 down in the 5th. Cody Darcy is next up with a pair of fly balls on the day. Finally, he will come to the plate in the inning without leading off a frame. Led off the 2nd with a fly out to left field. Led off the 4th inning with a fly out to center field. And although he's not leading off an inning, he does have the bases empty here in the bottom of the 5th. 6-4 is the score. Ridgefield on top in the bottom of the 5th inning with 3 home runs on the day for the Raptors. And only 1 run is scored not on a home run. That was on Caden Connor's RBI double. Cody Darcy at the plate now with the bases empty and 1 out. Kalber throws on the outside edge for strike 1 on Cody Darcy out of UT San Antonio. Kalber, who comes in out of Washington State University, getting his 18th appearance on the summer. 20th if you include non-league games. 0-1 pitch is hit high to right field. It won't get out of the ballpark unless it's into foul territory, and in fact it will get into the grass. And a foul ball off the bat of Cody Darcy, an 0-2 count on Cody, who has 2 years of eligibility remaining and will head into a master's program at UT San Antonio, just finishing a sports psychology class, his final undergraduate course from Xavier University, finishing that online this summer while playing Summer League Baseball for the Raptors, and then he'll head down to San Antonio right after this season concludes. He has no balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning and a 2-run lead now for the Raptors. Kalber deals a fastball, check swing, grounded in fair territory down the first base side, fielded by Payton, and he runs it to the bag. Darcy not intending to swing of that pitch and hit it not only off the bat but in fair territory, just stayed inside the first baseline. And an unassisted put out for Eli Payton, 2 down in the 5th inning. So 2 pitchers in this frame, one of whom had a hit by pitch on the first pitch, then a home run, and then Kalber came in and has gotten the 2 guys out that he's seen. And Brady Casper is next up. A run scored today for Brady, a single. He's 1 for 2 in the contest. A ground ball through the right side in the 4th inning. Helped cut into the lead when Ridgefield scored 2 to tie the game. And he scored on Patrick Stark's home run. Patrick is on deck. Opening pitch is a strike to Brady Casper, who has 2 hits on the series. He's 2 for 5 against Walla Walla. Comes from Oregon State University. The 0-1 to Brady Casper. Another fastball, and this one's fouled back. An 0-2 count on Brady. 2 outs, 5th inning. A 6-4 score. Ridgefield leading in this contest. So in position for the win now would be Ryan Pitts, who threw a scoreless 5th inning and then sees his teammates take the lead in the bottom of the 5th. There is a little bit of activity for the Raptors. Thomas Blayhouse is starting to warm up out in the bullpen, but I think Ryan Pitts will come back out for at least 1 more inning. A ball away from the plate, and it's a 1-2 count at 94 miles an hour from Caden Kalber. Has an ERA of 3.89 on the year. Has not started a game. This is his 18th relief appearance. Gave up 3 earned runs in 3 innings to Corvallis. And his most recent appearance, that was 3 days ago. Here's the 1-2 to Casper. It's over the plate but low. And ball 2 to Brady. 2-run lead for the Raptors. 2 outs. 5th inning. Middle infielder shifted to the right side for Walla Walla. Kalber has some length. He's gone 5 innings in a game earlier this year, but mostly an average of 2 innings for Caden Kalber. The right-hander from Wazoo throws a 2-2 pitch inside for ball 3, all the way to the backstop. And this inning continues, a Pac-12 matchup with Kalber out of Wazoo and Brady Casper from OSU. With 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Patrick Stark is on deck. To Ridgefield, a longer game today. We only had 2 hours and 46 minutes on Friday, and that was a game when 19 runs were scored and 25 hits, including Ridgefield's 17 runs, but it still was well under 3 hours. Yesterday, just 2 hours and 19 minutes. Here's the payoff to Brady Casper. It's at the knees for strike 3, and Caden Kalber has retired all 3 batters he has faced. He put some water on the fire after Ridgefield takes the lead, storming back to score 4 runs in the last couple of innings to go from a 2-run deficit to a 2-run lead. We're on to the top of the 6th inning. It'll be Ryan Pitts back on the mound when we come back on the Ridgefield Raptors live stream.
At Clark Public Utilities, we know you depend on electricity every day. And even though our offices remain closed, we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, by phone, online, and email. The past year has brought changes to many in our community, with lost jobs or reduced working hours, disrupted childcare, and the challenge of teaching the kids. If you've been financially impacted by the pandemic and can't pay your utility bill, call us or send an email right away. Eligibility for payment assistance has been expanded so more households may qualify. Through it all, we're always here to provide you with safe and reliable service, and we're ready to help. Clark Public Utilities, ranked highest in customer satisfaction among residential midsize utilities in the West by J.D. Power 13 years in a row. For J.D. Power 2020 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Clark Public Utilities, we're always here.
It is Ryan Pitts to continue here for the Ridgefield Raptors. After he saw his offense give the Raptors the lead, he's back out to pitch. This time in the 6th inning, he had a scoreless 5th inning going 1-2-3 essentially, with an error on the first batter, but then 1-2-3 after that with a couple of strikeouts. And now he'll face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the Walla Walla lineup. Ridgefield 6, Walla Walla 4 through 5 innings of play. Thanks for joining us on RidgefieldRaptors.com. A foul ball to start out the top of the 6th. Matt Clark is the batter. 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts today for the incoming freshman at University of Arizona, Ryan Pitts, who has spent 2 years at Lower Columbia College and will spend 1 more up in Longview this upcoming spring. The 0-1 from Ryan, a breaking ball that tails into the zone for strike 2 to the surprise of Matt Clark. It's an 0-2 count to the leadoff man in the 6th inning. Ridgefield getting a couple of home runs, 2-run bombs in the 4th and 5th innings to go from a 4-2 deficit to then a 4-4 tie and now a 6-4 lead. Here's the 0-2 from Ryan Pitts. Ground ball to short on the second hop. John Peck grabs it, throws across to first, and Caden Connor hauls it in for a leadoff out. 1 away in the 6th inning. It's Jack Sheward, the batter, with Ridgefield ahead 6-4 in this contest in the 6th inning. Yesterday, Corvallis defeating Bellingham to win that series, 2-0. They won the game 2-0. Portland came from behind to defeat Bend to even up that series, a 7-4 final, on a game that didn't end until 11:10 p.m. last night. Lasted 3 hours and 20. Where did that time go? 3 hours and 14 minutes yesterday, and we were watching until the very conclusion after the game. It ended about an hour after our game last night, and kept watching all the coaches and up here in the press box. First pitch is a strike to Jack Sheward. Ryan Pitts comes back with the 0-1 and also a strike. 0-2 the count, 1 away. Bases empty, top of the 6th inning. 6-4 lead for the Ridgefield Raptors. Cowlitz defeated Port Angeles in a walk-off, 3-2 yesterday. Jaden Shepard in the 10th inning with a base hit to win for Cowlitz. Here's the 0-2 from Pitts, a swing and a miss, and he struck out his 3rd of this relief outing. Of the 6 batters he has faced, and he's yet to allow a hit today. Sheward strikes out. There are 2 outs in the 6th inning. Still a 2-run lead for the Ridgefield Raptors, which gave up those 4 runs all in the first 2 innings, all unearned. And since then, there's been 3 scoreless innings, and Ryan Pitts going for a 4th. He's joined with Nate Wheeldryer in that category. Nate had his final 2 innings of scoreless baseball and exited after 4 innings. Ryan Pitts went the scoreless 5th, and now here in the 6th, he'll encounter Paul Myro for the first time. Myro went 1 for 3 against Wheeldryer. Now in his first at-bat against Ryan Pitts, he sees strike 1 from Ryan on a breaking ball that cuts inside. He's gone for that front door slider a few times, starting even with the hitter and jumping into the zone. On the slider, bending away from a right-handed batter like Paul Myro. 0-1 pitch. He this time goes for the fastball on the inside edge and misses inside for ball 1. 1-1 the count, 2 outs, top of the 6th inning. The Raptors 6, the Sweets 4. Ryan tries to go middle in on the fastball. Not too hittable, but trying to paint the black with it. Goes a bit inside. The 1-1 does catch the corner on the 90-mile-an-hour and keeps it a bit more down in the zone. And it's a 1-2 count from Ryan Pitts. Going from the wind-up, he faces towards the dugout almost like he's working out of the stretch, but he does step into the wind, but he has his hips turned at a 45-degree angle from the plate. 1-2 pitch is just off the dish for what would have been an inning-ending strikeout, but I think correctly called by Jim Courtney, just off the black. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Courtney now says to Paul Myro, come on, get back in the batter's box. Let's go. Paul obliges. It's a 2-2 count with 2 down, and the base is cleared. Ryan Pitts comes to the plate, and a foul ball into the calf of Paul Myro. That remains a 2-2 count. He's okay, and Ryan Pitts has to recover his own ball cap after losing the hat on the 2-2 pitch. The white-colored caps today with the red bills, red jerseys, white pants, against Walla Walla in the gray unis. They'll head back to Walla Walla after this. They're losing this game, their 6th game of the road trip. They are winless so far. On the road trip, got swept by Corvallis. 2-2 pitch, a breaking ball that stays above the belt for ball 3. And a full count now to Paul Myro. 6-4 is the score. Ridgefield ahead in the top of the 6th inning, with 2 outs and a full count to Paul Myro. Outfield playing straight up, slightly deep with the wind blowing a bit out towards right field. Here's the payoff from Ryan Pitts. Grounded towards the third base side. Darcy waits on it, throws across to first and in time. And the inning is over. Another 1-2-3 frame for Ryan Pitts. And it's still the Raptors ahead 6-4. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning with Patrick Stark leading off, fresh off his 2-run home run. His last time to the plate. He'll be up when we come back.
Warmer weather is here, and what better way to enjoy a summer day than with a trip to the ballpark to watch exciting Ridgefield Raptors baseball. Don't miss the action on the diamond as the Ridgefield Raptors battle other Western League rivals for the championship. This safe outdoor event is a perfect outing for you and your friends. Peace Health is a proud sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors, with a team of medical experts on deck to provide your family the care you need. Treat your family to an exciting night at the ballpark and make it part of your healthy, active summer. Peace Health and Ridgefield Raptors baseball, a great double play.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Bottom of the 6th inning here at the Rourke, where Ridgefield has not yet lost in the second half. Haven't lost here since 4th of July. And in a West Coast League game, that trend is continuing so far. A comeback attempt for the Raptors. They've completed the comeback, but not completed the victory yet. They have trailed by up to 3 runs today. Came back to score 4 runs in the last couple innings, including a 2-run home run by Patrick Stark. He is up next, and he will lead off the bottom of the 6th inning, facing Caden Kalber out of Washington State. Patrick Stark, his first home run in a West Coast League game in the 4th inning. 2-run bomb to left field, followed up the next inning by a 2-run bomb by Will Chambers to right field. And the Raptors are up to 7 home runs on the series. A fister towards short, 2-hopper by Paul Myro running in, sidearms to first, and the out is recorded. First pitch ground out for Patrick Stark. And the top of the 6th inning, bottom of the 6th inning starts out well for Caden Kalber and the Walla Walla Sweets, although the Raptors still lead by 2 into the bottom of the 6th inning. After today, a day off on Monday, Caden Connor, who's on deck, will celebrate his 21st birthday. And then another home series beginning Tuesday with the Cowlitz Black Bears making the trip south from Longview. Bases empty for Micah McDowell getting his 3rd plate appearance of the day. He has reached both times. Micah takes outside for ball 1. He's from Halifax, Nova Scotia. He has a single and a walk today. Had a single and a walk on Friday in his one other start. He was a pinch runner yesterday, did not have an at-bat in the ball game. With 1 out and the bases empty, the 1-0 pitch from Caden Kalber from the stretch, and it is over the plate for strike 1 to even the count for Micah McDowell from Oregon State University. He has not scored yet today, but he does have a single and a walk. Brady Casper from Oregon State has a run scored. And so Ridgefield trying to extend the lead here. 1-1 pitch to McDowell is called a strike. And 1 ball and 2 strikes to Micah McDowell, left-hand hitting outfielder. He's getting the start in center field today. with his Oregon State teammates on either side of him. Wade Meckler to his right. Well, to right field, I guess his left. And Brady Casper in left field. Here's the 1-2 pitch to McDowell. It's down and away. Ball 2 at 85 miles an hour from Caden Kalber. Checking in at 6'7", 185 pounds out of Washington State. Originally from Pasco, Washington. Just turned 22 years old a couple weeks ago. And the lanky right-hander to the plate with the 2-2. It's outside for ball 3, and McDowell has worked a full count now with 1 out and the base is empty. Ridgefield ahead 6-4, going for a 3-game win streak and a sweep of the Walla Walla Sweets. First series between these two teams this summer. They do close the regular season against each other, so if Ridgefield can finish the momentum here, it bodes well for playoff implications. The payoff from Caden Kalber. It is low for ball 4, and it bounces out of play. It goes over the screen that kicked off the catcher, and McDowell will be given first base since he was at the plate, and that ball goes out of play on a walk to McDowell, and then it skipped over the catcher and completely over the screen. And they say in baseball, no matter how many games you've seen, you're going to see something new. Most games, at least one thing that's not quite anything you've seen before. And I don't know about you, but that qualifies for me. A walk where the ball gets out of play, just on a ricochet, and it just absolutely skyrocketed out of the field of play onto the netting that hangs over the fans. And it only gives McDowell first base since he wasn't already getting to first, the ball skipping away when he was still at the plate. So he's at first, 1 out, and Caden Connor the batter. It's way inside on the first offering, nearly hit him. And ball 1 of Caden. He has had a perfect day so far. A single, a double, a triple, single, double, home run in reverse order. He had the home run in the first inning, a solo shot. He's the leadoff man. Then an RBI double in the second inning and a single in the fourth inning. He has scored once today and has 2 RBIs. A throw over to first. He's had a ridiculous series. He's 9 for 13 on the series. He has 2 home runs, 2 doubles, a triple, and 4 singles. Went 4 for 6 Friday, 2 for 4 yesterday. With a 1-0 count from Caden Kalber. Caden Connor, a day shy of his 21st birthday at the plate, swings and grounds one towards the third base side and gets into left field. Another single for Caden Connor, his 10th hit of the weekend. He is now 10 for 14, and he's already hit for the cycle over the weekend. He could hit for the cycle today if he gets a triple later, but he gets another single here. He's 4 for 4 in the ballgame. That already ties the single-game record in Ridgefield history. He did that on Friday. He has retied his record with 4 hits. He's 4 for 4, and he might get another at-bat today. He could set the record with 5 hits, but we won't get ahead of ourselves. The most important thing right now is what Wade Meckler can do. He's got runners in first and second, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th inning. Ridgefield ahead 6-4 in this contest. Meckler, who's 0 for 3 in this ballgame, has 1 out from Caden Kalber. He's got some more velocity and a softly hit ground ball to short. Paul Meyer underhands to second. Parker Price to first and not in time. He did not throw very hard, kind of falling away. He didn't plant his foot and throw hard to first. And Wade Meckler beats it out. And the inning is not over yet. It'll go down as a 6-4 fielder's choice. Meckler safe at first. And Micah McDowell gets to third. Caden Connor forced out at second base. And now 2 outs, and John Peck is at the plate. John Peck, who has gotten hit by a pitch 2 consecutive plate appearances. He's 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Both hit by pitches were on the first offering. So he's only seen 2 pitches since the first inning, and they both hit him, although neither one very hard. He's got runners on the corners, 2 outs. Caden Kalber facing him for the first time today, and the first pitch does not hit him, although not very far off from doing so. He raises his hands to avoid it. Ball 1 to John Peck. 1-0 the count. This is the first time Kalber is facing him. He's seen 3 different pitchers now. Turner Edwards hit him on the first pitch, and then he scored on a home run by Will Chambers. That was last inning. Will is on deck after his 2-run home run last inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's on the outside edge for strike 1. John Peck raises his head for a moment, and I can't read his mind, but I have a feeling it has something to do with I'm surprised about that call, but okay. It's a 1-1 count, 2 outs, runners on the corners. Bottom of the 6th inning. Caden Kalber from the stretch out of Washington State. The right-hander gets a swing and a miss on an off-speed at 79 miles an hour to John Peck. John, who leads the team with 55 hits on the year. He's second in the West Coast League with RBIs of 38 on the year. Came into this game just one behind the league lead. And it's his own teammate, Caden Connor, who's got some distance on him. 2 more RBIs. John Peck is an RBI opportunity. The 1-2 pitch, he checks his swing, and on appeal, he did not go around. And the inning is not over yet. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Ridgefield ahead by 2 here in the 6th inning. So John Peck started to swing. It was a pitch outside and did just barely hold back. And the Pepperdine infielder has another chance here to get an RBI. Ridgefield hoping to get some insurance runs here. They have out-hit the Sweets today, 9-4. A 10th hit would be nice here. John Peck wiggling the bat for the 2-2 pitch. He again checks his swing, but that one's in the zone for strike 3. The inning is over, and no runs come in on the frame, despite a walk and a single. But no runs come in, and the lead remains at 2 runs for the Ridgefield Raptors. It's 6-4 as we head to the 7th inning from the Rourke. Stay with us on RidgefieldRaptors.com.
Baseball is back, and Peace Health is excited to once again sponsor the Ridgefield Raptors as they vie for the West Coast League title. Raptors games make a great family outing. Bring the whole crew to the ballpark to enjoy a safe, fun outdoor event featuring the thrills of Raptors baseball. As the largest health provider in Clark County, Peace Health is ready to step up to the plate and keep your family in the game, whether it's a routine appointment or specialty emergency care. Peace Health and the Ridgefield Raptors, 2 great teams.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 1:05 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
It has been a fantastic day of baseball in Ridgefield. 2 straight comebacks for the Raptors. This one isn't done yet. They have come back from a 3-run deficit and now lead by 2 after a comeback win yesterday. A small comeback. They trailed 1-0 midway through the game and ended up winning 5-1, but a comeback nonetheless. A cruising blowout on Friday, 17-2, and if Ridgefield can hold on to the comeback here, they will sweep the Walla Sweets. We're on to the 7th inning here in Ridgefield. Ryan Pitts remaining on the mound for the Raptors, and the first pitch is blooped away by Parker Price, the leadoff man, for a foul ball. Through 6 innings, it's the Walla Sweets, 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors. The Ridgefield Raptors, 6 runs on 9 hits and 3 errors. And the Raptors ahead by 2 as we open up the 7th inning. Parker Price, the second baseman today for Walla, has an 0-1 count from Ryan Pitts, and it's low for ball 1 from Ryan, who's the first one out of the bullpen today, and is going for his 3rd inning now. He follows up Nate Wheeldryer, who went 4 innings, allowing 4 unearned runs. Ryan Pitts is not allowed a run of an earned or unearned variety. A pitch low on the 1-1 to Parker Price out of Northwest Nazarene, playing for his father, Larry Price, the head coach in his 2nd year with the ball club, first year as the head coach. Parker also played for the Sweets back in 2019 when Larry was an assistant. 2-1 pitches inside, nearly hit him. Pops out of the glove of Isaac Lovings. And it is ball 3 to Parker Price. 3-1 the count with the leadoff man at the plate here in the 7th inning. 6-4, the advantage for the Ridgefield Raptors. Ryan has not allowed a base runner today other than the very first one he faced, who reached on an error. Other than that, he struck out 3 and gotten 3 ground outs, all to the left side. But he's behind 3-1 here. And the pitch is below the knees for ball 4, and a leadoff walk for Parker Price. It is just the 4th walk allowed this ball game, and the first one by Ryan Pitts. And now the tying run will come to the dish for the Walla Sweets, and this might be it for Ryan Pitts. Chris Cota coming out. I saw Thomas Blayhouse warming up earlier And that is going to be the end of the road for Ryan Pitts. Gets a handshake from Chris Cota. He did well and is not allowed a run or a base runner other than an error and then this walk. It will be a relief pitcher coming in. It is Andrew Trotman coming out of the bullpen, the right-hander from Fairbanks, Alaska. Will come in with his parents looking on. Tim and Lorinda in the ballpark this weekend, coming down from Alaska to watch Andrew Trotman this weekend. And he gets the relief appearance here, starting out in the top of the 7th inning. He's got a 2-run lead to work with a runner on first and nobody out. We'll see what Andrew Trotman can do. We'll step aside and come back for the rest of the 7th inning. Stay with us on the Raptors live stream from Ridgefield.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
Oh, I love family road trips. Wind in my ears, fruits in my mouth, and peace of mind knowing Les Schwab did our tires, brakes, and alignment. Like Les Schwab, my family's safety is my first priority. Well, that and squeaky toys.
Les Schwab Tires, proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row. For J.D. Power 2021 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Andrew Trotman comes in for the Ridgefield Raptors in the top of the 7th inning, and he inherits the tying run at the plate for the Walla Walla Sweets. It's a 2-run ball game, nobody out. In the top of the 7th, runner on first, and Justin Foles, the designated hitter, will be at the plate. 0 for 3 in the ball game, 1 for 10 on the series. His one hit, however, was a big one, a 2-run home run on Friday. His 3rd of the year. And Foles will be at the plate, 1 home run away from tying this ball game up. We're in the 7th inning, and Andrew Trotman, who leads the team in appearances this year for Ridgefield, is now making his 13th on the year, 18th if you include non-league games. He has an ERA of 3.21 between all games and throws outside for ball 1 to Justin Foles. Left-hand hitter against right-handed pitcher as Trotman replaces Ryan Pitts, righty coming in for a righty. 1-0 the count from Trotman after missing outside. Runner on first, nobody out. 2-run lead for the Raptors in the 7th. The semi-sidearm's a strike at 81 miles an hour. He's got a fastball in the low to mid-80s, a slider and a changeup. Sidearm pitcher from Clark College in Vancouver. Comes from Fairbanks, Alaska. He's out of the stretch with a 1-1 count to Justin Foles. With a runner on first, Trotman looking at first, comes to the plate with the fastball. Is in there for a strike. 1-2 the count from Andrew Trotman, who has struck out 18 in the 21 innings he's worked, just allowed 7 walks, 24 hits. An opponent average of 293 on the summer. Trying to get the leadoff man, or the first man he sees out. 1-2 pitch is outside for ball 2. Infield is in double play formation here. John Peck and Patrick Stark up the middle, the double play combo. Hoping to see a ground ball up the middle from Justin Foles, who's from Monroe, Washington. Plays his college ball opposite side of the country in St. John's. The 2-2 pitch just off the plate as Trotman tried to sidearm in on the back door, but misses for ball 3. Full count, nobody out, top of the 7th inning. With a runner on first and a 2-run margin with the Raptors on top. The payoff pitch from Andrew Trotman from the stretch. It is outside for ball 4. And Trotman loses Justin Foles for a 6-pitch walk. And now there's runners in first and second and nobody down for the Walla Walla Sweets. Eli Payton is next up, who has reached twice today. Once on an error, once on a walk. He's 0 for 2 in the contest. Has a .256 batting average. He's from La Cañada, California. Also known as La Cañada Flint Ridge, his hometown. Ground ball wide of first base, foul ball. with runners in first and second. So tying run is now at first for Walla Walla, a 6-4 lead for the Ridgefield Raptors. Ryan Pitts is responsible for the runner on second. Andrew Troutman is responsible for the runner on first, and everybody thereafter. Nobody throwing in the bullpen right now. It'll be Andrew Troutman's day for the next inning or two, I believe, if not more. He has an 0-1 count with 2 aboard and nobody out yet. Sidearms the next pitch, and it's outside for ball 1. He's been sidearming for about a year now and made his first start throwing low against Bellingham and pitched well. Got a no decision in that game, allowed just 1 earned run and 2 hits in that start against the Bells. Bellingham ended up scoring off the bullpen and winning that game, but he exited with a lead, and now a balk is called on Andrew Troutman. He doesn't know what the call is, and I'm not sure either. Troutman came to the plate, and a balk was ruled by Tim Heigl as he was throwing. And it'll stay a 1-1 count. The runners will advance to second and third, and now the tying run in scoring position for Walla Walla. Nobody out yet in the 7th inning. 2 walks and a balk. And now some dangerous situations for Ridgefield. 1 ball and 1 strike to Eli Payton, and the next one is outside for ball 2. 2-1. Infield moving away from double play depth now with no such opportunity, at least not in a conventional sense. The outfield playing fairly deep. 2 balls and 1 strike. Tying run at second base for Walla Walla. This pitch is fouled back into the netting. A 2-2 count of who has put the ball in play a couple times today. Ground ball to first and an error on the first baseman. He's a left-hand hitter, so he tends to pull the ball. Or at least has done that today. He's a redshirt freshman from UCLA. Yesterday went 0 for 3, looking for his first hit of the series. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Eli Payton with nobody out. The 2-2 pitch is hit high in the air, not deep. It might even stay in the infield. John Peck shielding the sun with his glove. He's tracking it, and he does make the catch, and the runners will hold. He makes the grab on the edge of the infield, and that is the first out of the inning. Good work from Andrew Troutman to get the pop-up. And with 1 out, the runners hold at second and third. Seth Ryberg is the next batter. With 2 strikeouts and a walk today, he has scored. So it's Ryberg and then Chris Conniff, the 2 players that Troutman hopes to get out and strand the runners in scoring position. 6-4 lead for the Ridgefield Raptors. With 1 out, Troutman sidearms and a swinging strike from Seth Ryberg. It's an 0-1 count. He struck out from Nate Wheeldryer once. He was struck out by Ryan Pitts once. And now Troutman ahead 0-1. With 1 out and runners on second and third. Top of the 7th inning continuing. The Raptors still up by 2 runs. This one's hit hard to right field. Going back is Wade Meckler to the warning track. He makes the catch in front of the track. The runners will tag and will advance without a throw, including a run scored by Parker Price. So he comes in, and it's now a 1-1 ball game on a sac fly by Seth Ryberg. And an RBI for Seth. It's a 6-5 ball game, and the tying run now at third base, but there are 2 outs in the inning. That run charged to Ryan Pitts. And now Andrew Troutman, who gave up the walk to his first man, Justin Foles. Foles is now at third base, tagging and getting to third. So 2 outs, and now Chris Conniff is the batter. If Troutman can get out of this, it'll be a victory here, and they will still have the lead going into the bottom of the 7th. First pitch is a strike at the kneecaps, and it's an 0-1 count to Chris Conniff out of St. John's, trying to score Justin Foles, who's his St. John's teammate. And, of course, teammates here with the Walla Walla Sweets trying to tie the score here in the top of the 7th. The 0-1 pitch is on the outside edge for strike 2. 2 down, top of the 7th inning, 2 strikes. Andrew Troutman 1 good pitch away from stranding the tying run at third base. And Walla Walla would be down to their final 6 outs. Or we could have a tie game, and Ridgefield would need to do more work again to reclaim the lead. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Andrew Troutman. Off speed, it's fouled back, and it remains an 0-2 count. Went to the changeup on the 0-2. And Conniff timed it right, but hit under it and fouled it back into the screen. Conniff has reached on an error, flied out, and struck out. So he's 0 for 3 in the ball game. He does have 1 home run on the year, a ball down and away from Andrew Troutman. It's a 1-2 count with 2 outs and a runner on third. Infield playing in normal positioning, somewhat back, especially the middle infielders who are standing right on the edge of the infield. Outfield playing fairly deep as well. Left hand hitting Chris Conniff at the plate. The 2-strike pitch is fouled back, and it remains a 1-2 count to Chris Conniff. The wind blowing a little bit more heavily out to right field now. Chris Conniff, who, if he pulls one to right field, could do some damage here, but he does have just one home run on the year. Just needs a base hit here to score the tying run. 2 outs and Andrew Troutman to the plate. The 1-2 pitch is hit high in the infield, maybe shallow center. John Peck holding his hand up, calling for it. He makes the grab. The inning is over. Andrew Troutman does not allow an earned run. 1 run comes in, charged to Ryan Pitts. It does cut the lead in half, but Ridgefield will take that after the Walla Walla Sweets had runners on second and third, nobody out. And they do score 1 run, but 1 run only. No hits on the frame, and the lead is now to 1. It's time to stretch from Ridgefield. We head to the bottom of the 7th. It's the Raptors 6 and the Walla Walla Sweets 5.
This is WSU Vancouver, Southwest Washington's only 4-year research university. Whether in person or via distance delivery, WSU Vancouver offers high-quality education and an employer-respected degree. You'll get a small school feel and the kind of place where you know you matter. Here, you'll get personalized education that brings out the best in you and inspires you to achieve your highest goals. Now, what are you waiting for? Apply today.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Well, the 7th inning has been fruitful for the Ridgefield Raptors so far this weekend. We head into the bottom of the 7th. The Ridgefield coming up leading by 1 run in this ballgame. 6-5 is the score. It'll be Will Chambers coming up, followed by Isaac Lovings and Cody Darcy. And the 7th inning was magnificent for Ridgefield in the Friday game and pretty solid yesterday. Ridgefield batted as a team for the cycle in the 7th inning. On Friday against Walla Walla, scored 6 runs on 6 hits, brought up 11 batters. Then yesterday, wasn't quite to the same degree, but the 7th inning was still good. Ridgefield ended up scoring 3 runs in that 7th inning on 3 hits, and so Ridgefield scoring 9 runs so far this series in 7th innings. Here's game 3 of the series, and the 7th inning will begin with Caden Kalber throwing to Will Chambers. The first pitch is a slider outside for ball 1 to Will Chambers, who already has a home run in the day. He's got 3 extra base hits on the series. All 3 of his hits are for extra bases. He's got 2 doubles and a homer on the weekend. Leadoff man in the bottom of the 7th is ahead 1 ball and no strikes from the Washington State pitcher Kalber, who tosses in a strike on another off speed. It's a 1-1 count to Will Chambers, who launched his home run at 104 miles an hour off the bat to the power alley in right center field, which is 360 feet away from the plate. He hit it 421 feet. The 1-1 offering is sliced down the left field line and towards the soccer field off the top of the fence and might go in for a goal. Will it get in? No, it'll miss wide into the penalty box, but no goal for Will Chambers. It's a 1-2 count with no outs and a 1-run lead for the Ridgefield Raptors. Switch hitting Will Chambers, who's batted left-handed at all points today, facing another righty, and Caden Kalber swings late on the 86-mile-an-hour offering from Kalber, and he strikes out for the first time today. 1 down in the 7th inning. It'll be Isaac Lovings next up. Lovings with 1 out, nobody on, a 6-5 lead for the Raptors out of Pacific University. He's the catcher, which he's been primarily a catcher ever since he was 13 years old. His dad was a catching coach, a college catching coach, in fact, in Forest Grove for Pacific University. Now, Isaac started out his college career in Portland at Concordia, but after that university shut down, he transferred to Pacific. Although his dad is no longer coaching there, he retired once Isaac, a few years ago, I think Isaac was a freshman in high school, he said. Either way, he was a college catching coach when Isaac was growing up as he fouls off the first pitch. 0-1 is the count, 1 out. Bottom of the 7th inning, Ridgefield ahead by 1. Loving's at the plate with a home run earlier this series. The 0-1 to Isaac is inside for ball one. 1-1 the count. He said catching was pretty tough for him at first. He didn't like it right away because he didn't have the strongest arm. He was one of the shorter players on his team and just didn't have the arm strength to be a solid catcher yet. And so it wasn't easy going at first, but he grew into it. 1-1 pitch is swung on late, and he misses it. It's 1-2 to Isaac Lovings. He said football helped him a lot. He's been playing football since the 4th grade. He's a center and middle inside linebacker, and just the weightlifting and movements of football help build strength and the mentality, aggressiveness. 1-2 pitches outside to Isaac Lovings, who checks in at 245, just under 6 feet. 2-2 count to Isaac with 1 out. Launched a home run on Friday. 3-run bomb from his 4 RBI. Swings and hits one back to the pitcher. Kalber waits on it. Fields in front of the mound and throws to first. And the out is recorded. 2 down here in the 7th inning. Ridgefield still leading by 1 run. Cody Darcy is next up. He also has a home run in the series. He came in 3 for 9 today. 2 outs, nobody on for Ridgefield. Bottom of the 7th inning continuing for the Raptors. Ahead 6-5. Darcy has a pair of flyouts and a ground out on the day. He's the 3rd baseman today. Using the black-colored bomb bat, B-A-U-M, the brand that a lot of these players like, very reliable bats. The ball inside, and Darcy has to bend away from it near eye level. Some chin music from Caden Kalber. And it's ball 1 on Cody Darcy. He just got a new bat, but he hasn't used it yet. He's used it in BP a little bit and thinking about using the new kind of silver, grayish colored bat, but he's stuck with the black one that he used for a home run earlier this weekend. He watches ball 2 away from the plate. 2-0 the count, 2 down, nobody on base. 1-run lead for the Raptors. On deck is Brady Casper, who's 1 for 3 in the contest. Darcy at the plate, right fielder playing deep and down the line while the center field is shaded to left field. So giant hole in right center field for Darcy. 2-0 pitch is on the outside edge for strike 1. Darcy has most of his power to right field. Of course, a home run would be nice, but even if he just places one towards right center, right over the second baseman, that would take a long time for either of those outfielders to get to it. He has a 2-1 count, and the pitch is on the outside edge again. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cody Darcy. Ridgefield trailed for most of this game until the 4th inning, when they finally tied the game at 4-4, then had another 2-run home run in the 5th. Will Chambers had the go-ahead bomb, and Ridgefield still leads here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Caden Kalber with the base is empty, and the pitch is way outside for ball 3. Full count, 2 outs, base is cleared. Darcy at the plate out of UT San Antonio. A 6'2", 195-pounder out of Kent Ridge High School in Washington. Grew up in Enumclaw. Facing Caden Kalber, who's from Pasco, Washington. Here's the payoff from Caden Kalber, working out of the stretch, and it's swung on and hit towards right center field. This one will split the outfielders. It's not deep enough to get him extra bases. It's cut off by the center fielder Ryberg, but it does drop in for a base hit, and Cody Darcy is the first base runner of this 7th inning. Ridgefield has not gone scoreless in the 7th inning this weekend, and maybe that will not change here, but it'll take some work from Brady Casper. 2 outs and a runner on first. Ridgefield up 6-5 in this ball game, which has lasted now 2 hours and 20 minutes. And we're in the bottom of the 7th. Brady Casper at the plate. Yesterday went 1 for 3 with a walk. Today 1 for 3. With 2 outs, Caden Kalber from the stretch now. And a liner towards the shortstop, a jumping grab, and Paul Myro snow cones it against his college teammate, and Brady Casper will walk over to give him a how do you do and maybe a little why'd you do that to me. One Oregon State player making the catch on the other, and Paul Myro ends the inning on a leaping grab just in front of left field. And so some Oregon State on Oregon State crime there. Brady Casper has a wry smile on his face as he walks off the field. Line out to short ends the inning, and Ridgefield finally does go scoreless in the 7th inning. It is still a 1-run lead for the Raptors. It's 6-5 as we head to the 8th inning. Andrew Troutman back on the mound into the 8th when we return.
At Clark Public Utilities, we know you depend on electricity every day. And even though our offices remain closed, we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, by phone, online, and email. The past year has brought changes to many in our community, with lost jobs or reduced working hours, disrupted childcare, and the challenge of teaching the kids. If you've been financially impacted by the pandemic and can't pay your utility bill, call us or send an email right away. Eligibility for payment assistance has been expanded so more households may qualify. Through it all, we're always here to provide you with safe and reliable service, and we're ready to help. Clark Public Utilities, ranked highest in customer satisfaction among residential midsize utilities in the West by J.D. Power 13 years in a row. For J.D. Power 2020 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Clark Public Utilities, we're always here.
Andrew Trotman continuing in this relief outing for the Ridgefield Raptors. A critical 8th inning here. It's down to a 1-run lead. Ridgefield led by 2 ever since the 5th inning. That stayed true in the 6th, but Walla scored 1 in the 7th. And now it's just a 1-run advantage for Ridgefield. Trotman on the mound to face out of Northwest Nazarene, Quentin Ayers, the leadoff man. And the first pitch is a strike on Ayers, the catcher today, who is 1 for 3 in the contest with 2 RBIs. The 0-1 to Ayers is swung on to the third base side and through the glove of Darcy and into left field. Glanced off the mitt of Cody, and that'll put Ayers on first base with the leadoff base hit or perhaps error. Either way, it'll be Matt Clark coming up next. And with nobody out, the tying run is now on first base for the Walla Sweets. It is Matt Clark up next with the runner on first and no outs. And it is ruled a single for Quentin Ayers, who's on first base, and Matt Clark is up next. 0 for 3 in the ballgame is Matt with 2 punch-outs. And had 2 strikes on him when he grounded to short. In his last at-bat, he's now facing Andrew Trotman for the first time. He throws over to first, and Quentin Ayers gets back. 1 on, nobody out. 1-run lead for the Raptors. Andrew Trotman came in last inning in the middle of the frame with a runner on first and nobody out. The first pitch to Clark is inside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Trotman had that runner on first, nobody out. He allowed that runner to score, but nobody else. He walked the first man he saw, and then a balk, put runners in second and third, nobody out, but then got out of it with just 1 run scored, and that cut the lead in half. Another throw over to first, and Ayers gets back after his base hit to left field. 1-0 is the count to Matt Clark, the incoming freshman at University of Arizona. He did face the Corvallis Knights 3 days ago in that road series down at Goss Stadium. A strike on Matt Clark. It's a 1-1 count. So he'll be playing in Goss Stadium in his college career. He's headed to Arizona, so he'll face Oregon State, of course. Although his debut in Goss Stadium, if that was the first time he played, I'm not sure, but one of his first games in Goss Stadium did not exactly go particularly well for Matt Clark. He went 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts, but he'll probably have better games in that stadium. He'll have more opportunities, one would think. He fouls one away here at the Rourke. Third time he's gotten some playing time here. He fouls one off, and it's a 1-2 count from Andrew Trotman. Runner on first, nobody out. Ridgefield 6, Walla 5. Final game of the series, and a day off tomorrow. Which team will enjoy the day off coming off a win? It'll come down to the final 2 innings. Here's the 1-2 from Trotman. Swung on and lined into right center field. Down for a base hit. Sprinting over is Meckler. Have to let it get all the way to the track. It might score a run. Meckler bobbles it, and it will score a run. Matt Clark is going to sprint to third, and he'll get there safely without a throw. Matt Clark into third. This ball game is tied. And on the 1-2 pitch, Clark just laces one to right center field. It took Meckler a long time to get there. He's playing closer to the line in right field. And it'll get down for a base hit. Maybe an error to advance him to third. Either way, it does score a run. And now it's a tie ball game, 6-6. And there's still nobody out, and the go-ahead run for the Walla Sweets is at third base. And next up for Walla is Jack Sheward. Jack Sheward, the left fielder today, who has a single. He's 1 for 3. Has a 1-0 count from Andrew Trotman. The infield is playing in here with nobody out. The pitch is hit to center field. Micah McDowell will sprint in. Now make the catch. The runner will tag from third, and he will score without a throw. Walla, for the first time since the 5th inning, has taken a lead in this contest. A sac fly for Jack Sheward, 1 out in the inning, and it's Walla 7, and the Ridgefield Raptors 6. The Raptors will still have 6 more outs to work with. They'll come to the plate in the bottom of the 8th and the 9th. But now Walla with the lead, and they still only got 1 out in this inning. And it scores Matt Clark. No error given on Wade Meckler, so it's just a straight-up triple for Matt Clark. He scores on the sac fly, an RBI triple that scored Quentin Ayers. And now a pitch down and away to Paul Myro. 1-0 the count to the Oregon State shortstop, who is 1 for 4 in the day. He went 0 for 3 on Friday. 0 for 4. He hits one to left center field, and this one's going to land right in front of Micah McDowell for a base hit. The Oregon State infielder hits one to the Oregon State outfielder, and it lands for a single. And with 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning, Walla continues to stay in business. 2 runs in already, and Myro restarts the rally with a single. And to restart activity on the base paths. And there is activity in the bullpen as well. A right-hander warming up for the Ridgefield Raptors. In back of Andrew Trotman, who's trying to get out of this top of the 8th inning. No balls, no strikes. Are starting this at-bat with Parker Price at the plate. He bunts in the air to land in foul territory, just off the line. And it's the first pitch, a strike to Parker Price, who had 2 walks and a double today. He's 1 for 2. As a runner on first, 1 out, top of the 8th inning. Both teams have held leads at different points. This is the second lead change. Walla got up 3-0 in the top of the first. Ridgefield stormed back to tie it in the 4th on a home run, took the lead on a home run in the 5th, and then relinquished the lead here in the 8th. Here's the 0-1. Price waits and does not swing at a ball low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Runner on first for Walla. In the top of the 8th inning, on deck is Justin Foles. A grounder down the third baseline and foul into left field, but wide of the bag. And Cody Darcy going for it, but letting it go foul. It's a 1-2 count for Parker Price. .281 batting average. That's first among the team's starters today. He has 5 doubles, including his double in the 2nd inning, although a bit of a gift double. It just was a high fly ball that got lost in the sun. And it goes down as a base hit. He ended up scoring. And now with Walla having a 1-run lead, that is a bit haunting for Ridgefield. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's laced down the right field line, but it will drop in foul territory. And Parker Price continues to battle for a long at-bat here. He has fouled off 3 pitches in this at-bat. It's a 1-2 count still, with 1 out and a runner on first. Big hole in right center field for Parker Price, a right-handed hitter, facing a right-handed batter. As a home run earlier this weekend. 1-2 pitches hit hard to short. John Peck underhands to Patrick Stark, and now he'll throw to first, and it's in time for the out. Patrick Stark, I don't know if he bobbled the ball or what was going on. He almost didn't throw to first. He kind of hesitated, and I'm not sure if he lost track of the outs, but he said, I'm just going to throw it, and it does in the inning, and that's a double play. 6-4-3 twin killing, and the inning is over. 1-run lead now for the Walla Sweets. Have 2 runs in on the frame on 3 hits. We are on to the bottom of the 8th inning. 6 outs remaining for the Ridgefield Raptors, and they need to score at least 1 run here in either the 8th or the 9th to keep this ball game going. Caden Caleb are back to the mound for Walla. Ridgefield up after this break.
Warmer weather is here, and what better way to enjoy a summer day than with a trip to the ballpark to watch exciting Ridgefield Raptors baseball. Don't miss the action on the diamond as the Ridgefield Raptors battle other Western League rivals for the championship. This safe outdoor event is a perfect outing for you and your friends. Peace Health is a proud sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors, with a team of medical experts on deck to provide your family the care you need. Treat your family to an exciting night at the ballpark and make it part of your healthy, active summer. Peace Health and Ridgefield Raptors baseball, a great double play.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Well, Patrick Stark will lead off the attempted comeback, part 2 in this ballgame. Ridgefield came back from a 3-run deficit to take a lead of 2 runs, then gave up that lead. They now trail by 1 as we go into the bottom of the 8th inning. Patrick Stark, who tied the game on a 2-run home run back in the 4th inning, is now back at the plate to face Caden Kalber, and he gets hit by the first pitch. Patrick Stark bends underneath it, but got skimmed on the fastball that still went to the backstop, so it didn't hit the body, but just glanced off the body of Patrick Stark. And that's the 3rd time today that a Ridgefield batter has been hit, every time on the first pitch. And Patrick Stark gets on to first with a hit by pitch. Good thing is he's okay, and he's the tying run at first base. Micah McDowell is next up. He's the 9th hitter in this lineup. Caden Connor is on deck. So good situation here for Ridgefield. Bottom of the 8th inning, 1-run deficit for the Raptors. Kalber out of the stretch now. McDowell showing bunt and pulls back. It's a ball outside. 1-0 the count. Chris Conniff, the third baseman, running in from the edge. He'll back up to about even with the bag. The first baseman holding Patrick Stark on. So McDowell will probably be bunting again here with nobody out and a runner on first. A throw over to first, and Patrick Stark did just barely get back in time. McDowell could try to bunt down the first baseline, which would be a bit tricky for the first baseman already holding on the runner. Although he could come off his position, have the pitcher field, but McDowell a capable runner. He'll probably try to bunt down the third baseline. 1-0 count with nobody out. He does show bunt, again pulls back, a pitch down and in at 88 miles an hour. And it is ball 2 to Micah McDowell. He has a single and 2 walks on the day. On Friday, he singled and walked. And so he is 2 for 5 on the series with 3 walks. That's a pretty good on-base percentage on the weekend for Micah McDowell. Trying to get a sac bunt here. He's ahead 2-0. Runner on first. He's not showing bunt yet. Now he does. He does make an attempt. Doesn't get it. Throw down to first, and Patrick Stark got back. Just barely. And it's a 2-1 count as McDowell did try to get a piece of it, and he attempted at it but did not make contact. And so it was a live ball, and the catcher Ayers threw down to first. Or actually, they've got a defensive replacement here. Evan Harmon has come in at catcher for Walla Walla. Now again, McDowell showing and pulling back the bunt attempt, so it's a 3-1 count now as that one misses outside. Patrick Stark continuing to wait at first base, seeing when he can sprint down to second. He's got to take a big secondary lead because on a bunt, you got to get quickly down to second, but you can't get too far in case McDowell doesn't actually get a piece of it, and then you might be back-picked at first like he nearly was a moment ago, but Stark has been running well so far in this at-bat. 3-1 the count to McDowell. No outs, 8th inning. Shows bunt. This one he does get down on the first base side. Be a tough play for Kalber. Throw to first in time, and the sac bunt is successful. McDowell thrown out by a step, and it does move Patrick Stark into scoring position. Playing for a run here, and the Raptors add the tying run at second base, and who's up but the league-leading RBI man? It is Caden Connor at the plate. Caden steps up. He had his home run yesterday when he stepped to the plate in the 6th inning. Was also the leadoff man getting on base, and then a sac bunt by the 9-hole hitter, and then he hit his home run. Similarly, this inning, leadoff man gets on first, a sac bunt by the 9-hole hitter, and up comes Caden Connor. A home run earlier today, a home run last night. His only 2 home runs on the summer. Tying run at second, bottom of the 8th inning. Caden Kalber, the right-hander, comes to the plate and catches the outside part of the zone for Caden Connor, left-handed batter. Outfield playing deep, especially in right field, where Matt Clark is playing nearly at the track. Biggest hole in the outfield is to left center. Caden Connor with a single another single, a double, and a home run on the day. He was hitting .220 earlier this summer. Came in today batting .298. He'll be above .300 with 4 for 4 on the day. The 0-1 pitch to Caden Connor with 1 out. He waits on it. Ball 1 outside. It's the Walla Walla Sleets leading 7-6, reclaiming the lead, but Ridgefield could come right back here in the bottom of the 8th. Caden Connor, if he gets a base hit here, could not only score the tying run, he would also be the first player in Ridgefield Raptors history with 5 base hits in a single game. He's got a 1-1 count from Caden Kalber with 1 out. He takes ball 2 outside to Caden Connor. On the series, he came in 6 for 10, and then he goes 4 for 4 today, so he's 10 for 14 with 2 home runs, a triple, 2 doubles, and 5 singles. That is just ridiculous. He's batted for the cycle and then some. If he gets a triple today, he would be not only hitting for the cycle, but that record-breaking 5 hits. Okay, you don't need a triple, just saying for the record, but you just need a single or a walk would be doable as well. Or anything in play might help. Patrick Stark at second base, 2 balls and 1 strike, and now time is called. Caden Kalber raising his hands as if he doesn't know what the issue is. He's looking over to his dugout and then at the umpire and saying, what's going on? The field umpire looking over the dugout. And now Kalber seems to be now in preparation to pitch. Back on the slab, Caden Connor at the plate. Patrick Stark, the runner at second. 1-run deficit for the Raptors. Bottom of the 8th. The 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed by Caden Connor on an off-speed pitch that went down below the zone, and Caden didn't get a piece. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Wade Meckler is on deck. Caden Connor, who leads the league in RBIs, he's got 2 today. He's up to 41 on the summer, with the league leading 18 doubles. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's low and inside for ball 3. And now it's a full count to Caden Connor with 1 out here in the 8th inning. Wade Meckler on deck. John Peck, who's second in the league in RBIs, is in the hole. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 8th inning. Runner on second. Big hole in the outfield to left center. Infield playing back a bit to Caden Connor. Here's the payoff from Kalber. Swung on and grounded up the middle. A base hit. Patrick Stark will be waved around third to try to score the tying run. The throw in from center is not in time. And Patrick Stark scores. It's a record-breaking 5 for 5 day for Caden Connor. And it's on a game-tying RBI single. He's up to 11 hits on the weekend. And the Raptors have tied the game 7-7. That is the first ever 5 for 5 game in Raptors history. It's the first 5-hit game no matter the at-bats, and it's on a perfect 5 for 5, his 3rd consecutive single, and it's an RBI, his 3rd run batted in on the day. Patrick Stark scores for the 3rd time. It's 7-7, and Wade Meckler at the plate now with still only 1 out. Bottom of the 8th inning continues. Infield playing a bit more in now, and Meckler lofts one into high center field. Going back as the center fielder, Ryberg to the track, and he makes the grab in front of the batter's eye in left center field. It went all of 380 feet, and it died at the warning track and pulled in by Ryberg in front of the wall. 2 down here in the 8th inning. On the first pitch, and Wade Meckler hit it a long ways and nearly had his first home run as a Raptor, but it gets just to the track, and John Peck is up next. John, who's 0 for 2 in the day, has been hit by a pitch twice, leading the league in hits. He has a runner on first, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th inning, Ridgefield scoring the tying run this frame. Both teams have been down, and now it's a tie score 7-7. Peck takes a slider for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Walla Walla got up 3-0 in the top of the 1st inning. Ridgefield came back and tied it in the 5th. Took a 2-run lead in the 5th, in fact. Then gave up the lead. Walla Walla then gave up their lead. John Peck waits on it and fouls one away for strike 2. And the Raptors down to their final strike this inning. Even if they don't add any more runs here, they would go into the 9th inning tied at 7-7. Will Chambers is on deck. Caden Connor at first base with his record-breaking day. Oh, the records that have fallen this weekend. It's an 0-2 count now to John Peck, and he swings in late on it, and it's a strikeout to John Peck, and the inning is over. Caden Connor does the job, and he ties the ball game with an RBI single. It is the 11th hit of the day for Ridgefield, and the 5th for Caden Connor. He breaks the record, first guy in history in Ridgefield Raptors baseball with 5 hits in a single game. He gets 3 RBIs, a home run, a double, 3 singles, and we are on to the 9th inning. Tie score 7-7. You don't want to go away from Ridgefield. Stay with us on RidgefieldRaptors.com.
Baseball is back, and Peace Health is excited to once again sponsor the Ridgefield Raptors as they vie for the West Coast League title. Raptors games make a great family outing. Bring the whole crew to the ballpark to enjoy a safe, fun outdoor event featuring the thrills of Raptors baseball. As the largest health provider in Clark County, Peace Health is ready to step up to the plate and keep your family in the game, whether it's a routine appointment or specialty emergency care. Peace Health and the Ridgefield Raptors, 2 great teams.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 1:05 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at RidgefieldRaptors.com. Go Raptors!
Well, the Raptors trying to go with old reliable here in relief. The 2 guys who lead the team in appearances have both come in to pitch. In fact, the top 3 guys in games pitched. It was Andrew Trotman who came in for his team-high 13th appearance, and he ended up allowing the go-ahead runs in the top of the 8th inning. Ridgefield came back to score the tying run themselves in the bottom of the 8th on Caden Connor's RBI single, and now Ben Larson, who is making his 2nd on the team high, 12 appearances, 1 behind Andrew Trotman. He has an ERA of 1.26 on the year, which is best on the team of guys with multiple appearances on the year. He is out of Port Orchard, Washington, the Gonzaga Bulldog, and he is making his 12th appearance out of the bullpen, 11th appearance out of the bullpen, 12th overall, and he will face the Walla Walla Sweets in the top of the 9th inning. Justin Foles will be up. 3, 4, and 5 hole hitters for the Walla Walla Sweets. Tie ball game, 7-7, as these teams have traded the lead back and forth. Swinging and a miss is Justin Foles, the designated hitter today, who is 0 for 3 in the contest with a walk. Facing his 3rd different pitcher today. He never did face Ryan Pitts, who only allowed 1 run. 7-7 ball game. The 0-1 pitch is also swung on and missed as Ben Larson continues to go off speed to open up this at-bat. He's got a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and a changeup. His off-speed sits in the high 70s, low 80s. The fastball about 10 miles an hour higher. The O'Day High School product has an 0-2 count and bounces the next pitch in the dirt to Justin Foles. And it's a 1-2 count from Ben Larson. Playing for Mike Machtoff out of Gonzaga. The starting pitcher today, Nate Wheeldryer, is transferring to Gonzaga. So this is the 2nd Bulldog pitcher today for the Ridgefield Raptors. Leadoff man Justin Foles swings at the breaking ball, and the slider gets away from him. Strike 3 from Ben Larson, and 1 away here in the 9th inning. That is the 9th strikeout today for Ridgefield pitchers. Eli Payton is next up, who has not struck out today, though he does not have a hit either. Reached on an error once, he walked once, plus a ground out and a pop out. With 1 out, Eli Payton checks his swing, and it was a pitch low, and on appeal, are they going to appeal? They will, but no swing. And it's a 1-0 count. Cody Darcy from third base was the one pointing over. Didn't seem like they were going to ask the field umpire, Tim Heigl. I wanted to see what he would say, but he says no swing. 1-0 pitch is hit high in the infield. It might stay in play. Isaac Loving's losing the mask and looking for it, and he is able to make the grab behind home plate. I don't think he saw it until the last moment. Off the bat, he didn't know where it was. Threw the mask aside and looking into the sun, and makes the grab. He's kind of wiping his eyes, looking up into the sun, and he makes the grab, just reaching out with the glove and made the catch at kind of hip level. Just barely made the grab, and a good play by Isaac Lovings, the catcher. That is the second out of the ninth inning. Tie score. Seth Ryberg, the next batter, who has an RBI in his most recent at-bat, a sac fly to tie the game, give the lead to the Walla Walla Sweets. He takes a strike here. That lead has been demolished. It's a 7-7 ball game. Top of the ninth inning. Walla Walla scored 3 runs in the last couple innings. 1 run in the 7th, 2 runs in the 8th. A swing and a miss from Seth Ryberg, and he's behind 0-2. Ben Larson, who averages 1 strikeout per inning. An opponent batting average of just 167 on the year. He's only given up 1 earned run in his last 4 appearances, each one multiple innings. Here's the 0-2 pitch, again popped up. This one I don't think will be catchable for Lovings. And it indeed does get behind home plate, out of play. Remains an 0-2 count. The Raptors and the Sweets knotted up at 7 runs apiece. Top of the ninth inning. 2 outs, nobody on. Ridgefield will have Will Chambers leading off the bottom of the ninth. The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball, swung on, missed it completely, and Ben Larson goes 1-2-3 in the ninth inning. He strikes out 2 of the 3 batters he faces, and we'll head to the bottom of the ninth inning with the Ridgefield Raptors and the Walla Walla Sweets still tied at 7 runs apiece. It'll be Will Chambers leading off with Isaac Lovings and Cody Darcy to follow when we come back for the bottom of the ninth.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn, or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
Oh, I love family road trips. Wind in my ears, treats in my mouth, and peace of mind knowing Les Schwab did our tires, brakes, and alignment. Like Les Schwab, my family's safety is my first priority. Well, that and squeaky toys.
Les Schwab Tires, proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row. For J.D. Power 2021 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
We welcome you into the bottom of the ninth inning here from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. Both teams holding leads on 2 different occasions. Right now, it's knotted up at 7 runs apiece. The Ridgefield Raptors and the Walla Walla Sweets going into the bottom of the ninth in this series finale. Ridgefield going for the sweep and trying for a 3-game winning streak to try to get to 23-16 and stay a game ahead of the Portland Pickles for a playoff spot in the West Coast League. To the bottom of the ninth we go, and it'll be Will Chambers to lead off for the Ridgefield Raptors, the designated hitter who has a home run earlier today, and a 2-run bomb back in the 5th inning that gave Ridgefield the 6-4 lead, a lead that would not last. Walla Walla came back to take their own advantage in the 8th inning. Ridgefield tied it back up, and it's now 7-7. New pitcher for the Walla Walla Sweets, it's Eric Romo out of Cal Poly Pomona from Bellflower, California, an ERA of 3.05. He comes in for the bottom of the ninth. Tie score. The right-hander throws the first pitch outside for ball 1 to Will Chambers. Switch hitter who is 1 for 3 on the day. He walked, homered, has a flyout and a strikeout on the day. His 8th home run of the summer, which leads the West Coast League. Has a 1-0 count to open up the bottom of the ninth inning. From the stretch comes Romo. It's on the inside edge and just off the plate, in fact, for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to Will Chambers out of Valverde, California. Just committed to Dixie State University. And he's got a chance to make some dramatics occur here for Ridgefield, or start out the bottom of the ninth in good fashion. Takes outside for ball 3, and it's a 3-0 count. The game-winning run at the plate for Ridgefield, leading out the bottom of the ninth. Will Chambers At the plate, Ridgefield does have 3 walk-off wins on the year, including one earlier this week, a 1-0 victory with the bottom of the 9th walk-off. Chambers takes one down the pipe for strike 1. 3-1 the count from Romo, touches 90 on the fastball. The 22-year-old from Bellflower, California, just snapped a streak. He had gone 8 straight performances, relief outings without an earned run, finally changed 3 days ago. 2 earned runs against Corvallis. The 3-1 pitch is inside for ball 4, and the game-winning run is now represented at first base. Will Chambers will probably be pinch run for. The next batter is Isaac Lovings. Chambers on to first, and indeed he will be replaced. And Jet Lotus is going to come in for his first pinch run opportunity. He's a pitcher, and Lotus is going to come in as the potential pinch run, game-winning run for the Ridgefield Raptors. He has not come in. He has never been on the base path this whole summer, and now he's a base runner in the bottom of the 9th inning with nobody out and Isaac Lovings at the plate. Made his debut 2 days ago and hit a home run. He's at the plate and takes a ball high from Romo, and it's a 1-0 count to Isaac Lovings. Tie score, bottom of the 9th inning. 7-7 is the mark right now. Ridgefield out hitting Walla Walla 11-7. That they may need 1 or 2 more of those here to get the win. 1-0 is the count from Romo. Fastball on the inside edge for strike 1 to Isaac Lovings. Evens up the count at 1-1. Lovings is 0 for 4 on the day. He went 2 for 3 on Friday with a single and a home run. Had 4 RBIs in his Raptor debut. A 1-1 count from Romo with a runner on first. A swing and a foul ball back of home plate by Lovings. He's from Beaverton, Oregon, competes for Pacific University. He has a 1-2 count with a runner on first base. Jet Lotus, nobody out, bottom of the 9th inning. Ridgefield has won the first 2 games of this series and going for the series sweep here if they can pull it out and move a half game ahead of the Portland Pickles. Runner on first. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Romo, who's out of the stretch. Looking at his battery mate, and the 1-2 pitch is hit well to right field. This one's going to carry almost to the track, and maybe to the track, reaching up and making the grab is Matt Clark right in front of the fence. And it's a loud fly out off the bat of Isaac Lovings, and it's the first out of the bottom of the 9th. Jet Lotus tags and stays at first. Cody Darcy is the next batter, who is 1 for 4 on the day. 1 out, bottom of the 9th, runner on first. Tie score at 7 runs apiece. It's Cody Darcy at the plate. Brady Casper is on deck. In the hole is Patrick Stark, who has a home run earlier today. The next 4 batters, the bottom part of the lineup, all have at least 1 hit in this ball game. So this bottom half of the lineup has been productive. Can they pull it out one more time and give Ridgefield the walk-off win? But they need to advance Jet Lotus around from first. There's 1 out. Romo from the stretch, and a pitch high, but catches the top part of the zone for strike 1 on Cody Darcy. He had his 1 base hit today in his most recent at-bat in the 7th inning, a single. He's 1 for 4 in the contest with a batting average of .257 on the year. He does have 6 home runs on the summer. He has the 0-1 pitch. He swings and does not get the 0-1. The off-speed at 83 miles an hour from Eric Romo. And it's a no-ball, 2-strike count to Eric. He did suffer the loss in his most recent performance, went just 1 inning and allowed 2 hits, 2 runs to the Corvallis Knights. And is now 0-2 on the year, but a good ERA at just over 3. No balls and 2 strikes to Cody Darcy. The next pitch is swung on and missed, and that is out number 2 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. That is just the 5th time the Ridgefield has struck out today. Brady Casper is next up. He was the one who had the walk-off base hit earlier this week. 3rd walk-off on the season, and Casper is first walk-off RBI in his baseball career, at least according to his memories. I don't remember any others. He had a base hit up the middle to score Caden Connor back on Tuesday. Now he's got a runner on first in the bottom of the 9th inning. Tie score, a strike on the outside edge from Eric Romo. It's an 0-1 count. Outfield playing very deep to Brady Casper. The center fielder and right fielder playing basically on the warning track. The wind blowing steadily out towards right field. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Romo. It is outside for ball 1 to Brady Casper. He had a single and a run scored in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 4 in the ball game. This game lasting just under 3 hours now, a 1:05 start. We've just passed 4 o'clock here in Ridgefield. Final game of the series, a day off tomorrow for the Raptors. Here's a 1-1 pitch from Eric Romo. Comes to the plate with a fastball, swung on and missed in the dirt. And in fact, I think he did just get a piece of it into the body of the catcher, Harmon. And it's a 1-2 count here with 2 down, bottom of the 9th inning. Jet Lotus is the runner at first. He came in for Will Chambers, who's the designated hitter. And so if we go to further extra innings and Chambers' spot in the lineup comes up, I would guess that they would pinch hit for Lotus. But right now he could be the go-ahead game-winning run if he scores in this inning. The 1-2 count from Eric Romo to Brady Casper. He checks his swing. It's low for ball 2. And a 2-2 count to Brady Casper. Ridgefield winning on Friday 17-2, the biggest margin of victory in team history. They won yesterday 5-1. They don't want to spoil this series with a loss to go into the day off. A sweep would be huge for playoff implications. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swung on and in the dirt. A drop third strike. The catcher will throw down to first in time, and the inning is over. We head to the 10th inning. This is the 6th time this season that Ridgefield has had extra innings. They're 2-3 so far. Can they pull out their 3rd extra inning victory? It'll have to be in walk-off fashion. We'll see who comes out. I think it'll be Ben Larson to pitch the top of the 10th, and indeed does. It is Ben Larson coming out. 7-7 is the score. 10th inning on the other side of this break.
Giant spider in my bed.
Stepped outside and a hornet stung my head.
Got ants around the sink,
and I am starting to think the experts that I know are gonna make me pest-free.
No Toyota pest control, killing your bugs and rodents, baby. The Toyota pest control. Call today, get a quote for free.
Hey baseball fans, after the game visit A, the area's premier gaming, dining, entertainment, and meeting destination. A is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and the perfect place to meet up with friends after a Raptors win for dinner, drinks, and great times. Keep the fun and excitement going after the 9th inning and grab beers at Tom's Urban, or enjoy a perfectly cooked porterhouse at Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. With 100,000 square feet of gaming space, 15 different restaurants, bars, and retail outlets to choose from, A has just what you need to turn your night at the ballgame into a night you won't forget. A, just off I-5 at exit 16, ILANIresort.com.
Top of the 10th inning from Ridgefield. Extra innings, both teams with 7 runs on the day. It's Ben Larson coming back out to pitch for the Raptors to try to keep it a tie score and give Ridgefield an opportunity for a walk-off win in the bottom of the 10th. It'll be the middle to end part of the order for the Walla Sweets. Chris Conniff takes a strike to open up the 10th inning. Conniff, who is 0 for 4 in the ballgame. The 6th hitter in this lineup is out of St. John's. He laces one to center field on the 2nd pitch. Micah McDowell running back, holds, and stops, makes a catch in straightaway center field, out number 1 here in the 10th inning. Ben Larson came in to pitch the 9th. He struck out 2, getting all 3 out, and now has faced 4, retired 4. And Quentin Ayers is the next batter. Top of the 10th inning continuing with a tie score, 7-7. Both teams holding leads in separate occasions. Walla has had a lead twice. Ridgefield has had a lead on 1 occasion. It lasted from the 5th to the 7th innings. A foul ball off the bat of Quentin Ayers, the catcher, who had a 2 RBI single in the 1st inning. A single to open up the 8th when the Walla Sweets ended up scoring 2 runs to take the lead in the 8th inning. But Ridgefield came back to tie in the bottom of the 8th. The 0-1 pitch, he checks his swing, and it ends up over the plate, but perhaps a bit low on appeal, no swing. So in both cases, just missing being strike 2. It's now a 1-1 count from Ben Larson to Evan Harmon, the catcher, who swings and misses. Harmon came in as a pinch hitter. No, this is Quentin Ayers, the catcher who started this game. Ayers, the catcher, with a 1-2 count, and swings and hits one through the left side for a base hit. And Ayers is aboard here in the top of the 10th inning for a single. And now there's one on and one out for the Walla Walla Sweets. It's Matt Clark, the next batter, the right fielder, who has an RBI triple on the day. That was his most recent at bat in the 8th inning. He was 0 for 3 and 1 for 9 in the series. But then he had the RBI triple that scored the tying run. He ended up scoring on a sac fly. That was the go-ahead run. Ridgefield canceled that run out to tie it in the bottom of the 8th. Nobody scored since then. 7-7 score, top of the 10th. Foul ball from Matt Clark, the incoming freshman at University of Arizona. And it's an 0-1 count to Matt Clark. One out, top of the 10th inning. Runner on first for Walla Walla. They're trying to score here and close it out in the bottom of the 10th, but one out, runner on first. The 0-1 pitch from Ben Larson from the stretch. It is low for ball one from Ben Larson. The sophomore from Gonzaga, from Port Orchard, Washington. Spent 3 years there in Spokane, redshirted in 2019 and the COVID year in 2020. The 1-1 pitch is a strike, and it's a 1-2 count now to Matt Clark with one out. 1 on, 1 out for the Walla Walla Sweets, who are trying to salvage a game here in the final ball game of their road trip. They're 0-5 on the roadie so far. 1-2 pitch hit towards Patrick Stark. The second baseman throws to first and safe at first. It's not quite a double play, but it is a line out. Patrick Stark makes the grab, and Matt Clark is retired. Quentin Ayers just barely got back to first, sliding in head first, as Patrick Stark snagged it and rifled it to first base. And now 2 outs here in the top of the 10th inning. Jack Sheward is the batter with a single and RBI sac fly. He's 1 for 3 in the contest. Sheward out of Lewis and Clark. Comes from Arlington, Washington. Watches strike one from Ben Larson. An 0-1 count after the 89-mile-an-hour throw from Ben Larson. Infield playing up the middle with John Peck and Patrick Stark, practically in double play depth. Short leadoff from first base, 2 outs in the inning, and another strike to Sheward. Catches the inside portion, and it's an 0-2 count from Ben Larson. Outfield playing deep, the wind blowing softly out towards right field on a warm day in Ridgefield. An afternoon ball game, final day of the series against the Sweets. The 0-2 from Larson. It's check swung and outside. No appeal. Looked like he did hold back, so a 1-2 count to Jack Sheward. 203 batting average on the year for Sheward. Yesterday went 0 for 3. Did not play Friday. So he got his first hit of the series in the 4th inning today. And his first RBI in his most recent plate appearance. The 1-2 pitch is another check swing, and this time they said he does go. He wants an appeal down to the field umpire. It was Jim Courtney saying you went, and the home plate umpire says, I don't need any help, you did go. And that ends the inning. Jack Sheward pointing and saying that's not your call, but Jim Courtney says you swung, you're out, inning over. A strikeout of Sheward, and Ben Larson gets through the 10th with 1 hit and 1 left on. We're on to the bottom of the 10th inning from Ridgefield. It's still the Sweets 7 and the Raptors 7.
This is WSU Vancouver, Southwest Washington's only 4-year research university. Whether in person or via distance delivery, WSU Vancouver offers high-quality education and an employer-respected degree. You'll get a small school feel in the kind of place where you know you matter. Here, you'll get personalized education that brings out the best in you and inspires you to achieve your highest goals. Now, what are you waiting for? Apply today.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
We head to the bottom of the 10th inning here from Ridgefield. It is a tie score between the Walla Walla Sweets and the host Ridgefield Raptors, trying to stay perfect at home over the last month nearly. Haven't lost at this ballpark since July 4th, and we're now playing the first game in August, and it's a tie score. It's been a back-and-forth affair. Walla Walla took a 3-run lead. Ridgefield canceled it out, took a 2-run lead of their own. Walla Walla canceled it out, then they had their lead taken away. And now we've had a tie score since the bottom of the 8th inning. We're in the bottom of the 10th now. A new pitcher for Walla Walla is Jacob Dahlstrom coming in out of Bellevue Community College. He did pitch yesterday 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, faced 5 batters, 1 walk, but no runs. He will face the Ridgefield Raptors in the bottom of the 10th inning with Patrick Stark leading off. It'll be Stark, McDowell, and Caden Connor will be the third batter of this inning. Caden, who's 5 for 5 in the ball game. And Patrick Stark will lead off. He's had a pretty solid day of his own. A single, then his first home run of the summer, then a ground out, then a hit by pitch. He has scored 3 times today. 1 more would mean the ball game would end here in the bottom of the 10th. Tie score 7-7. Patrick Stark, the incoming freshman at Loyola Marymount, facing Jacob Dahlstrom out of Renton, Washington. First pitch, a check swing. It is in the zone for strike 1. As Ridgefield tries to go for their 23rd win on the summer. 22-16 right now. This is an extra inning game, just over 3 hours long at this point. The 0-1 pitch to Stark is outside for ball 1. Walla Walla trying to avoid a 8-game losing streak. And they're 0-5 on the road trip so far. They're 14-27 on the year. The 1-1 to Patrick Stark is swung on and grounder towards short. A chopper that's fielded by Myro. He'll sidearm to first inside. And the out is recorded. Patrick Stark is down on a ground out, 1 away in the bottom of the 10th. Tie score at 7-7, and it'll be Micah McDowell to the plate. He has singled, then walked twice, and then sack bunted in the 8th inning. So he is 1 for 1 on the day in an extra inning game. And he started, and he's only had 1 at bat. But he's trying to reach base yet again. He now represents the game-winning run. Infield shifting to the right side, with Paul Myro, the shortstop, playing not behind the bag, but closer to it. With 1 out, McDowell watches ball 1 from Jacob Dahlstrom, who checks in with an ERA of 7.28 on the year. He is 0-4. He just turned 21 years old a couple weeks ago. The 1-0 pitch to McDowell is swung on and tipped into the glove for strike 1. A 1-1 count to the Oregon State outfielder Micah McDowell. Starting in center field today, he's got 2 hits on the series. He's 2 for 5. 3 walks, 1 more of those would be helpful. 1-1 pitch is swung on and blooped foul, and now he's behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. If he can get on deck, Caden Connor can do a lot of work himself. Caden with 5 hits on the day and 3 RBIs. He leads the league in runs batted in. You get on base in front of Caden Connor, he'll do the work. Can Micah get on base? 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, stays outside for ball 2. And Dahlstrom now evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Nobody on base. Bottom of the 10th inning, a 7-7 tie. Here's Dahlstrom out of the windup. The 2-2 pitch, low and away, and now it's a full count to Micah McDowell. Had that single back in the 2nd inning, got thrown out at home, and we ended up with a tie score through 9 innings. So a lot of plays have made this game come down to the wire, including that assist from the outfield. 2-2 pitch is a lacer towards second base, fielded on 1 hop by the second baseman Parker Price. And he throws to first for the out. 2 down for the Raptors in the bottom of the 10th inning. And it is Caden Connor to the plate. Unfortunately with nobody on base, but he does have a solo home run. He led off the first inning with a homer. I won't put this pressure on him. There's no need to hit a home run. He could strike out and he still would have a fantastic day. If he did hit a home run, he would start and end this game for Ridgefield with homers. But again, I'm not saying that's necessary. I'm not saying that's the expectation. I'm just saying that would be poetic. But no, Caden Connor's 5 for 5. Anything would be good. Even a base hit, a walk, he could strike out and he'd still have the record for most hits in a single game. With 2 outs, he's at the plate and takes on the outside, actually just off the plate, ball 1. 2 outs, a 7-7 tie. Bottom of the 10th inning. Caden Connor with a home run, then a double, and then 3 singles in a row. He's up to 11 hits on the weekend, 11 for 15 against Walla Walla this year. All this weekend. Now takes another ball from Dahlstrom. 2-0's the count. He went 4 for 6 Friday. He went 2 for 4 yesterday. On the series, he's batted for the cycle with his first 2 home runs on the summer. He's up to 41, 42 RBIs to lead the league. The 2-0 pitch is at the knees for strike 1. 2-1 the count. Wade Meckler is on deck. Tie score. If Ridgefield does not score the game-winning run this inning, Walla Walla would come to the plate in the top of the 11th, with the top of the order being next. Whether it's Ben Larson or a different reliever coming out, I'm not sure. There is some activity in the bullpen. The next pitch is inside to Caden Connor, and that runs the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. Infield playing back, both middle infielders in the outfield turf. Here on the Sunday getaway day for Walla Walla. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Caden Connor. Swings and hits one to right center field. It's going to get down for a base hit, cut off by the center fielder Ryberg. And Caden Connor lays up for a single. He's got his 6th hit of the day. Nobody's ever had 5, and Caden Connor has now gone 6 for 6 in one game. He has a home run, a double, and 4 singles. The first player in Raptors history with 6 hits. And still nobody has ever finished a game with 5 hits. And that seemingly will stay the case here today. Wade Meckler is next up. He is 0 for 5 in the contest, has put the ball in play each time, but has hit the ball hard right at people. Now he's got a runner at first, 2 outs, bottom of the 10th inning. Caden Connor gets back on a throw over by Dahlstrom, the 6'7" right-hander who've gotten the first 2 guys out, but now Wade Meckler is at the plate with a runner on first. Meckler has 4 hits on the weekend. He's made his debut on Friday. Meckler swings and hits one right at the first baseman. Peyton runs it to the bag, and the inning is over. Wade Meckler continues to hit the ball hard, but right at people, and no score through 10 innings from Ridgefield. We're on to the 11th. It's the Sweet 7 and the Ridgefield Raptors 7. We'll see whatever dramatics await us from the Rourke after this break.
Baseball is back, and Peace Health is excited to once again sponsor the Ridgefield Raptors as they vie for the West Coast League title. Raptors games make a great family outing. Bring the whole crew to the ballpark to enjoy a safe, fun outdoor event featuring the thrills of Raptors baseball. As the largest health provider in Clark County, Peace Health is ready to step up to the plate and keep your family in the game, whether it's a routine appointment or specialty emergency care. Peace Health and the Ridgefield Raptors, 2 great teams.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, regional and express service to Portland, and connector service within the city limits of Camas, LaCenter, and Ridgefield. And if you don't have cash, no problem. C-Tran now accepts digital payments with Hop FastPass. So hit a home run and leave the driving to us. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
We are on to the 11th inning from Ridgefield. It's a tie score, 7-7. Walla Walla has the top of the lineup coming up here. The Sweets and the Raptors continue for 3 baseball. The series continues. The finale that we thought would end a couple innings ago. Walla Walla will be traveling back north, and that bus ride back up will have to be delayed a little bit for this extra inning ball game. Top of the 11th. It's Ben Larson still on the mound for Ridgefield. Paul Myro, the batter, out of Oregon State, to open up the 11th inning. And the opening pitch of the 11th is called a strike. Ridgefield is 2-3 in extra inning games this year. A couple walk-off wins. Every time the Ridgefield has gone to extra innings, the home team has won. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Ben Larson. A swing and a miss from Myro. It's 0-2. So thus we've seen 5 walk-off games in Ridgefield, plus a non-league walk-off. So really we've seen the home team winning every time, although the last walk-off was not extra innings, just a bottom of the 9th walk-off. This one is an extra innings. No balls and 2 strikes to Myro. High and outside from Ben Larson. 1-2 the count. Ben has gone 2+ innings now, though his pitch count is not particularly high. He's up to 27 pitches on the day. Has yet to allow anything more than 1 single. Has been the only base runner he has allowed today. That was in the 10th inning, but he stranded that 1 runner. He's faced 7. Myro is the 8th batter he has faced. With nobody out, here's the 1-2 pitch. It's low, and ball 2 from Ben Larson. 2-2 the count, no outs. Top of the 11th inning. The Raptors 7. And the Sweet 7. I'm not sure what Jim Courtney was saying. Jim Courtney, the home plate umpire, turning around and saying something. I'm not sure what it was. 2-2 is the count from Ben Larson. A high fly ball. It'll stay near the infield. Going back is Caden Connor, the first baseman, in shallow right field, and he makes the grab on the foul line, just in foul territory. And it is the first out of the 11th inning. Paul Myro is out to open up the 11th inning. A foul out to first base. Caden Connor makes the play. And Parker Price is next out. Ridgefield out hitting the Walla Walla Sweets 12-8 in this ball game. Half of Ridgefield hits have been Caden Connors. He has 6 of the team's 12. Parker Price at the plate. He does have a double as his one hit on the day. The first pitch is a strike from Ben Larson. Nobody on base. 1 out. Top of the 11th inning, a 7-7 tie. Ben Larson ahead, no balls and 1 strike into the windup. And the Gonzaga ball dog induces a fly ball, foul ball. Off the bat of Parker Price, who competes for Northwest Nazarene. He's from Boise. The 5'10", 175-pounder, playing for his father, Larry Price. And a solo home run yesterday, the 1 run that Walla Walla scored. The 0-2 pitch is high and tight for ball 1. And it's a 1-2 count from Ben Larson. He's up to 32 pitches now on the day. 24 of them have been strikes. Larson with a team high 1.27 ERA. Team high meaning best, not highest number. Now throws a breaking ball at the knees for strike 3. Ben Larson gets the second out of the inning here on his 4th punch out. And he's only gone 2 2/3 innings. Parker Price is down on strikes, and now Justin Foles is next up, the designated hitter who is hitless on the day. A strikeout reached on an error, a fielder's choice, a walk, and then another strikeout. 2 outs, nobody on base for Walla Walla. A 7-7 tie in the 11th inning. Ben Larson throws at 82 miles an hour, and the off speed is in for a strike. 0-1 the count to the left-hand hitting Justin Foles from St. John's University, a D1 program in Queens. The 0-1 pitch is at the belt, but outside for ball 1. Back up to the high 80s for Ben Larson, 89 miles an hour. And it's a 1-1 count with the bases empty here in the 11th. Next pitch is another breaking ball, and that one stays outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Justin Foles, who has 3 home runs on the year. 2 outs here in the 11th. Ridgefield will bring up John Peck to lead off next inning. A pitch high at the letters, ball 3, and Ben Larson 1 ball away from walking the first guy in his relief outing. Came in the 9th inning and went 1-2-3 in that frame. Has yet to allow a man to get into scoring position today. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Ben Larson. It is outside, ball 4. And Justin Foles, representing the go-ahead run, is now on first base. It's Eli Payton next up. Similar to Justin Foles, he has also reached just once on an error and a walk, but no hits. So almost identical line. He's coming up for his 6th plate appearance. And the first pitch is a strike from Ben Larson to Eli Payton, who is a redshirt freshman from UCLA. 6'3", 220 pounds. Advantage to the batter here. Righty on lefty. A lacer up the middle, and it drops for a base hit. And that'll move the lead runner to second base, and he'll hold there. Runners on first and second now, with Justin Foles into second base. And Eli Payton with his single, his first hit of the day, is into first. It's Seth Ryberg, the next batter. With 2 outs here in the top of the 11th, but Walla Walla threatening. First time they've gotten a runner in scoring position off of Ben Larson. Has been pitching since the 9th. We're now in the top of the 11th. Ryberg has a walk, 2 strikeouts, a sac fly, and then another strikeout. So he's 0 for 3 with 3 punch-outs. He fouls 1 back. 3 straight left-handed hitters here. Ben Larson, a right-handed thrower, did face Ryberg back in the 9th inning and struck him out. Now they're facing off in the 11th. Outfield playing fairly deep here to Seth Ryberg, who does have 3 home runs on the year. He's from Point Loma Nazarene. The 0-1 offering is hit high and foul behind home plate. And it's an 0-2 count here with 2 down. Ben Larson on the mound, runners in first and second, 2 outs, top of the 11th. If Walla Walla scores, that'll put Ridgefield in some pressure in the bottom of the 11th. We're in the top of inning number 11 right here. But Larson 1 strike away from getting out of the top of the 11th. Off speed, just off the plate, outside for ball 1. Larson's pitch count getting a little higher. He's up to 43 now on the day. His longest appearance on the year has been 3 1/3 innings. If he gets the out here, that would complete his third. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Ben Larson. Looking at the runners, now throws a swinging foul ball down the first baseline. And it stays a 1-2 count from Seth Ryberg. On deck is Chris Conniff, who does not have a hit on the day. Walla Walla's got a lot of their productivity at the very bottom of the order and the very top of the order. The middle has not done a ton, although Quentin Ayers has 2 hits. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's popped up behind home plate. Loving's looking for it. The catcher running to the netting, and he can't make the grab in front of the backstop. Tough play for Isaac Loving, sprinting over in front of the netting, and it lands right in front of the backstop. Hard to see on the foul ball behind home, and he's unable to make the grab. It stays a 1-2 count with 2 down. Runners on first and second for the Sweets. Top of the 11th inning. Larson still 1 strike away from getting out of it, but a base hit could end up being the game winner. Of course, Ridgefield will come to the plate no matter what, but you don't want to go into the bottom of the 11th down by a run. Tie score right now. 1-2 pitch. Off speed. Swung on and missed. And Larson gets out of it. He strands 2 and gets the strikeout of Seth Ryberg. And we are done with the top of the 11th. It'll be John Peck to lead off the bottom of the 11th. He'll be followed by Will Chambers. Well, not Will Chambers. He was pulled earlier. It'll be followed by a pinch hitter of some sort. And then Isaac Lovings will be third. Bottom of the 11th with a tie score coming up after this break from the Rourke.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
Join the Ridgefield Raptors for warm sunshine, great food, and exciting top-level college baseball at the Rourke. Bring your family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers for a relaxing night outdoors this season. Your group can welcome us on the Les Schwab left field platform, the Leonard Homes and Dick Hanna grass berms, or the First Centennial and Wellhaven Pet Health picnic areas. There's nothing like a Ridgefield Raptors summer baseball game. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
High score, bottom of the 11th inning here at the Rourke as Ridgefield goes for the sweep. The Raptors and the Sweets continuing here at the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. It'll be John Peck to the plate to face Jacob Dahlstrom, the relief pitcher for the Walla Walla Sweets. Comes in the bottom of the 11th. High score, 7 runs apiece. As Ridgefield will try to walk it off as John Peck swings at the first pitch, hits it hard to right field, looking into the sun as Matt Clark is going to get all the way out into the bullpen. A walk-off home run for John Peck, and this ball game is over. John Peck gets his 3rd home run of the weekend, his 6th of the year. Final score, the Raptors 8, the Walla Walla Sweets 7. John Peck takes the first pitch of the bottom of the 11th inning to the bullpen in right field. And the Ridgefield Raptors have their 4th walk-off win of the year. They sweep the Walla Walla Sweets, an 8-7 victory for Ridgefield, and John Peck is the hero today. One of the multiple heroes, Caden Connor, went 6 for 6. John Peck ends up going 1 for 4, his first hit of the day, and it's a home run in the first pitch of the 11th inning. His first walk-off hit, or no, second walk-off hit. He had the double against the Pickles earlier this year, and a home run against the Walla Walla Sweets on the first pitch of the bottom of the 11th. Ben Larson, the winning pitcher. Jacob Dahlstrom will be the loser. And no save in the ball game. 8-7 the final, and Ridgefield wins it with John Peck walking off the Walla Walla Sweets. 8-7 is the final score. Ridgefield comes back from a 3-run deficit in the first inning and then had a deficit in the 8th inning as well. Stranded a runner in scoring position in the top of the 11th and homered in the bottom of the 11th. And John Peck scores the game-winning run on the solo home run. A sweep for Ridgefield, 3-game win streak. The Raptors up to 23-16 on the summer. We'll see what the Portland Pickles do tonight and whether or not the Raptors will still be in a tie or if they'll take a 1-game lead over the Pickles after tonight's action. Our next game here at the Rourke is Tuesday, a day off tomorrow, and then 6:35 p.m. on Tuesday to take on the Cowlitz Black Bears. Hope to see you there or here on the live stream at 6:35 on Tuesday. My name is Josh Warden. Hope to join you on Tuesday evening after the walk-off win today. Ridgefield wins it in dramatic fashion. John Peck the home run, and it's an 8-7 ball game here at the Rourke. See you Tuesday, everybody. Hope you have a great rest of your Sunday afternoon. Until Tuesday evening, so long. another strikeout. So high score, bottom of the 11th inning here at the Rourke as Ridgefield goes for the sweep. The Raptors and the sweeps continuing here at the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. It'll be John Peck to the plate.